Chiefs Kingdom, ACU crew, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. Little surprise. We're a little bit early. Welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back another live podcast, a tailgate for that ass. Sponsored by powered. Let's say powered by BetUS, baby. Powered by BetUS. Steve, what are you doing?
Not much, man. It's a night before the Bengals Chiefs matchup. Pretty excited about that. All things favor the Chiefs at the moment. So we're going to talk about the entire game. We're going to get into the depths of it and what we think, predictions. We're going to get to your questions and everything like that tonight. So stick around with us. Do us a favor real quick. If you're in here already, can you hit the like button, get this out to more people? And while you guys are doing that, Mike, tell everybody about our sponsor.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out BetUS. They're sponsoring this one tonight. Get over to BetUS.com. Use code YouTube150, and you're going to get 150% deposit match back on your very first one. And then for your next two, you're going to get 125% deposit match back with code YouTube150. I'm making a wager here for the Chiefs versus Bengals. I'm throwing down a little bit of parlay action. I'm betting $15 to win $25. Isn't that crazy? That's how much the Chiefs are favored by, Steve. But yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. Okay, so let's get to football. We've learned about BetUS. They're awesome. Go sign up over there. Help your boys out. And Steve, let's get into the game, man. What's going on?
Let's do it. Man, I'm feeling good about it. I'm excited. It's always exciting when it's Bengals week, right? And it started off a little weird. I was actually on The Spoken with Lance and Trevor earlier today, and I told them, I said, it's been a little weird this time because it was crickets for the longest time. No one said anything. And then it's almost like it seemed forced. Like they came out and had to say something just to kind of like spark that, what they think's a rivalry. But really all they're doing is giving bulletin board material to a team that's far superior to them right now. So don't know if that's a great idea. The Bengals looked like they were on the struggle bus against the Patriots. Joe Burrow looks like his wrist is hurt. T. Higgins has had a hamstring injury. Jamar Chase is so stingy. He won't get out there and play football the right way. Like, there's a lot of turmoil going on with this Bengals team right now, and they're getting ready to face a Chiefs team that looked like they come out firing against the Ravens. So I'm pretty excited. I hope the Chiefs can spread that gap early, and we can have a comfy W tomorrow. That's my hopes.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for as well, Steve. I was just showing clips of Burrow in practice. They were talking all week long about how Burrow was looking antsy in the pocket. He wasn't trusting his offensive line. He wasn't waiting on Jamar Chase to run his routes. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. They're basically, in so many words, they were blaming the whole loss on Joe Burrow. His entire group of Joe Burrow lovers turned their back on him last week.
Which is strange, man. Yeah.
Which is crazy. And he said his wrist wasn't bothering him. But then we all seen the little clip where he's sitting here doing this. He can't pick up the water bottle. I think something is going on there. Now, look, I'll take Joe Burrow's word for it for now. But if this week comes out and he's still not pressing the ball down the field, he's still, doing this and doing that, and it's just not looking right, after 1 or 2 weeks, I feel like they're hiding something. They're hiding something. And look, their fans, they've kind of been quiet, but at the same time, they're over here. We heard the other day, like, oh, you guys are blowing the Jamar Chase thing out of proportion, saying that he said that they're the team to beat. You all just trying to find something. It's like,
he said it.
He said it. He said something so asinine. Like, you guys haven't been relevant now. You haven't been. Look, you were barely relevant when you got to the Super Bowl and got beat by the Rams. Okay, that wasn't even that relevant.
That was
like,
a
the
10-6 season,
completely imploded.
Yeah,
right. If Eric Bieniemy and Tyreek Hill don't battle on the sideline and we use that energy to kick your ass in the second half, it's over. Because the Bengals didn't do nothing to win that game. It wasn't like Joe Burrow was just so untouchable. Like,
right. I mean, they played decent, but it wasn't anything crazy the way they make it out to be. But man, so we have some injuries of our own. Obviously, we found out today that Hollywood Brown is going to be out for the entire regular season.
He's out for the year, guys. Like, he's not coming back, and he's not coming. Look, do you think he's going to miss all year and come back mid-January for the AFC Championship game or come back for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see him this year. And it's something else I said earlier today, Mike. You can't really miss what you didn't have.
Right.
We got to see one freaking play, one snap. That's it.
Hey, it looked like they were going to use them, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, it sucks because, we struggled with the wide receivers last year, right? And, it was exciting. We finally went out and got a guy that I thought was going to be very good in this offense.
Yeah.
A talented receiver that fit right into what we do. And I was excited for how that was going to be. But, I mean, it is what it is. And I think that we have enough depth at the wide receiver position to where we don't have to really worry about it or freak out about it, I don't feel.
Well, a lot of Chiefs fans are freaking though, because here's what they say: now that Hollywood's out, okay, if Rashee Rice was to get that late season suspension, which I don't see that happening, but they're still concerned that it's going to happen. I don't know why they won't listen. Everybody and their grandma that knows anything about the sport knows and has been telling you guys he is not going to get suspended until that legal case is wrapped. They can't just now look. The NFL and Roger Goodell can come out and do whatever they want. So I guess if they want to put a wrench in it, go for it. Like they're trying to screw over the Chiefs any way they can. Did you see where they fined the Chiefs $100,000 today because Peyton Hendershot pushed Roquan Smith after he cheap shotted Mahomes? $100,000 fine because a guy in street unnecessarily touched a player on the field. $100K.
Well, it's not like he's a random guy on the sideline. He's a part of the team. That's weird.
I want to say they fined Hendershot too, like $5,000-$6,000. They
whatever.
fined Pacheco $5,000 or $6,000.
They can all cry.
It's insane. But I don't know if they'll do that. I just don't think they're going to. But they're worried he's going to get it. They're worried that if Xavier Worthy was to run into any kind of injury problems, then we're right back to what we had last year, and we might be a little worse, is what they're saying. Because Juju, a lot of people's not sold on Juju, Steve. They don't think he's got any gas in the tank, and they don't think he's got much left with that knee.
So, yeah, there are some issues with that knee, and that's questionable. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is everyone said Juju didn't have any gas in the tank when he came in the first time. He put up almost 1,000 yards, and that was missing a few games with different injuries. So I don't expect a whole lot from Juju. It's not like he's going to come out and be a superstar. But I think he definitely gives you another option in the middle of the field. The whole concept of this offense since training camp, Mike, is Andy Reid saying, Patrick, push the ball down the field, push the ball down the field. Let's stretch this field out.
Well, you got one of those guys gone now.
You do, but it's funny because I don't necessarily care for the guy, but I feel like you can put McCole Hardman in that position just to stretch the field, if nothing else. Like, he's fast.
Does he take
you got Justin Watson.
Does McCole Hardman or Justin Watson warrant the fact that you play a corner and and a safety has to respect it?
If you hit him a couple times, I think that's the thing. Like, McCole Hardman will catch a deep ball from time to time. Justin Watson will catch a deep ball from time to time. I think you hit him a few times and it becomes a problem. And you're right back to where you were. You got Xavier Worthy on one side, another guy running a 4.3 40 on the other side, and you still have the middle of the field opening up for Rashee Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Travis Kelce. And that's not counting how dynamic our running game could be with Pacheco, Samaje Perine, and Crocky J, man. Right. I mean, there's a lot this team could do.
We've seen what the offense could do last week without Hollywood Brown, right? It looked good. It looked very, very close to what we thought it could look like. And maybe as dynamic as it's been since the Tyreek Hill era. That's what it felt like. And let's be honest, if Andy then wouldn't have gotten the stale play calling mode, if we would have executed a few random plays there on some certain drives, we beat the Ravens by 21 points.
Right. This team just needs to focus on execution.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to sound like an overly just blowing smoke up the asses of people because we're Chief fans. But anybody that watched that game knows that the Chiefs had that game in hand and could have won that by way more than they did.
They were in control the entire game up until the last drive. It got a little sketchy, right? But I mean, for the most part, they were in control of that entire game, and they could have ran away with it a couple different times.
There were times.
So I'm right there with you, man. But it's going to be fun to see what the Chiefs do in the second week because there were a lot of new pieces on this team offensively and defensively. And we just got to see the very first version of the product. So, I mean, they're going to get better each week. So it's going to be exciting to see how they've stepped up from last week to this week. And it's been kind of a long week, right? Because we played on the Thursday night. So they've had time to get everything together. And, of course, there's things going on. But I think it'll be all right. I want to shout out Jose for the 2-bomb.
Jose, baby.
Canelo O'Malley and Chiefs game. Great freaking weekend. Heck yeah, man.
Dude, Canelo cannot lose tonight. He's winning, right?
No,
it's a great day when Canelo's boxing, baby.
O'Malley's gonna win too.
Yeah, they're in the dome, right? They're in the Sphere in Vegas.
I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it. But
they're doing that big UFC fight.
Is it going on right now? I don't even know.
It's probably getting pretty close.
Peace Swivel with the 5 bombs. It sucks to see Hollywood to go down, but I don't even think he's part of the squad anymore. He was on a 1-year deal. I guess you could bring him back. That's another conversation.
Steve, we talked about this tonight.
Yeah.
At dinner, we said, look, he signed a prove it deal for essentially $7-8 million.
Right.
And now he doesn't get to prove it. So who's going to pay him in the offseason? The only thing he proved is he's more injury prone than we thought he was last year. So to be honest, he may re-sign for cheap again. You may get him for $5 million next year, and maybe next year he gets to play some. I don't know. Maybe it works out in our favor. Let's start looking at it with the glass half full kind of thing. Maybe we get Hollywood Brown for cheaper next year.
It's a possibility, man, because like you said, now he has that stigma of he has that problem, right? So there's
people
an injury.
said that when we signed him. They said he was injury prone.
Right, but that's also something that they've said. If it's not exactly perfect, that it could reoccur pretty easily, right? So that's something to think about. And, if Brett Veach thought this team would be better with Hollywood Brown and they liked what they saw from him throughout camp, then I think they might take a shot on keeping him one more year because, obviously they wanted him in the offense. So if they can get him back for something close to what they were going to pay him, I think they might do it.
Yeah, I think it does. I don't think they're holding anything against him. This is just maybe one of the most freak accident, bad luck plays there is.
Yeah,
it didn't even look that bad. He just landed funny. It's something about freaking Jacksonville. Do they have like hard turf up there? What do they got?
It's just weird. It's weird how that, it's all a coincidence, I'm sure, but it's strange.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, dude.
Appreciate the 5-piece swizzle. Shout out SSG Minotaur, member for 1 month. We're going to be all right for now as long as Worthy stays healthy. We will have all the spacing we need. I agree. That's kind of what I was saying, man. We're still going to be able to space the field out and everything. Keeping Xavier Worthy healthy is another thing. He's also obviously a rookie, so we've only got 1 game sample size of him. But I liked what I saw in the first game, Mike. I've been saying since then, like he even kind of broke a couple of my drawbacks that I had with Xavier Worthy. Like I kind of was like, man, they're getting another speed guy. They think they're just going to get somebody that's fast and hit him deep, right? Like just something like that. I kind of thought that's what they were going for because it's like ever since Tyreek Hill, I feel like the Chiefs have been trying to find a guy similar to that, which he's not. In my opinion, I don't think he's similar to Tyreek Hill, but I think the speed is it. But the kid showed me that he's a good football player. Like he's a good receiver. He was running good routes. He was finding the soft spots in the defense. He has a knack for knowing when Mahomes is going to target him. He tracks the ball well. Like I liked what I saw in the first week, and I hope he builds on it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think Xavier Worthy's going to be fine. He is little. I understand people think he could be injured, and he had a little injury problem there, and voluntary and involuntary mini camps and things. But I don't know. That's part of the game. It's part of the game. Injuries are part of it. You have to dodge it. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's just it comes with the territory. You can't just focus on it. Look, if you're just going to focus on it, then it's like, well, now we got to go have 7 wide receiver 1s in the tank just in case.
Right. So
it just don't happen.
So does this kind of show you what kind of foresight Brett Veach has as a general manager, where he went and picked up Juju and we kind of scratched our heads a little bit? Like, we're talking about how are we going to fit maybe Nico Remigio or Justin Ross on this team. And right before they made the cuts, they go out and sign Juju Smith-Schuster. And it was a bit of a head scratcher. But at the same time, they already knew something was going on with Hollywood. So you think it was like they were planning just in case it was worse? Or like,
I think they may have knew something. Doesn't it feel like they may have known that he was something was there? It felt like because even Andy was pretty non-committal.
Right? Yeah, I think
about getting them tested and things.
I think you're right. I think they knew it was a little bit or it could be worst case scenario, but they were just trying to be optimistic, But it is what it is. We don't have
I'm not
them.
really concerned. I don't think Rashee Rice is going anywhere, and obviously he's wide receiver 1. I think Rashee Rice would have finished wide receiver 1 even if Hollywood Brown played.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice is just the guy. I think what you're going to need to see now is Andy and the team and Patrick and everybody has faith in guys like Mecole Hardman. That's why they brought him back again. They traded for him again. Like, good Lord. Like, I don't understand it, but they love it. So, look, put him to the test. See if he can do it. Let the other guy, Watson, they all wanted Watson. Everybody said he could be mid. Why is he making the team? Okay.
You think they might call
the time?
You think they might call up one of those guys from the practice squad now?
Like, who are you going to call up? Because in my opinion,
Ross.
But what does Ross have to do with Hollywood Brown? They don't play anywhere similar. Nothing is going to change in the style of football we're playing. So why call up Ross? Remigio, in my opinion, would be a better call up.
Right, and he's not near the speed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if they'll even go that route. They might just stick with what they got.
Well, the reason I say Remigio is because maybe you have to use Mecole Hardman more in the offense, and if you don't want to take a chance on him getting a cheap injury in special teams, now Remigio comes up to play special teams.
Right. And then it depends on which way you look at it. They've had a lot of trouble in the red zone. Like maybe they bring Ross in just to run some of those packages. I don't know. Just spitballing a little bit, but I don't know if they'll do anything. I think they're pretty set. I'm not worried about it. We'll see how it all goes tomorrow. But I think that what I would like to see, Mike, from the offense, not saying they didn't do that. They tried to do it a couple of times already.
Yeah.
But I think they got to get them running backs in the pass game. Because Samaje Perine dangerous that way, and Isaiah Pacheco could be. I mean, hell, they both had wide open touchdowns last week, and they just couldn't get on the same page with Mahomes. Either throw was a little bit off, a tick off, or I think both of them were catchable balls, and they just didn't catch it. But if they can get that clicking, and even Carson Steele's a good receiving back. So I think that's a different dynamic that they could bring to this, too, when you're stretching the field the way they plan on doing.
Yeah.
You can open up that kind of stuff.
I think that Andy... And I don't know why Andy doesn't roll like this. I understand that you got Mahomes. He's the best in the game, probably one of the best, if not the best, to ever play the position. He's dynamic. He's lethal. You don't want to take the ball out of his hands that much. I understand that. But at the risk of letting Mahomes throw 40 times per game, even sometimes when it don't call for it, and the only time they want to run the ball is 5 to 10 times per game in the most predictable situations there are, right? The most predictable.
Yeah. Second down and long.
and it's one of those things where it's like you have one of the best, if you've got the best interior lineman. Yeah. With Toney, Reid, and Trey Smith. That is the best guard-center combination in the football. Jawan Taylor is a pretty good right tackle. He better be. You're paying him freaking $800 million. Yeah. Okay? And then on the other side, Kingsley. Kingsley's a better run blocker than pass blocker. So why do we not use these big uglies and these running backs to insert some domination every now and then in key football situations and deflate and open up the passing game when it gets a little stale, when it looks like the play calling gets bad, when it looks like Mahomes isn't being able to find the receivers and they're clamping these things and they're playing the cover too high and they're doing the shell. Run the freaking ball. Like, you've got it set up. I don't understand why that is.
Is that not what helped the team last year? I felt like we committed more to the run game last year to Pacheco than we had in several years. And it paid off. But real quick, I'm kind of prematurely drinking some Bengals tears here tonight.
Oh, you are. Look, I was wondering why you were drinking the Bengals tears. Look, I have a little. This is not Bengals. This is like Bengal piss. I don't know what I'm drinking.
You're drinking some Prime, baby. That's your chance, Prime. If you'd like to sponsor an episode of All Chiefed Up, hit us up.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't know why you're not already sponsoring, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Mike, we got SSG with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you, brother. He said, what would you think about trying to pursue a trade with Titans for Treylon Burks? This is an interesting one. I think Chris Clark maybe of Locked On or somebody came out and proposed Chiefs need to make a trade for Amari Cooper. And I like the idea. I think it's an interesting idea. So not knocking that, but it's just been so repeated since he said it. It's like everybody's claiming. Boom, boom, boom. We got to go get Amari Cooper. We got to go get Amari Cooper.
But it was funny when somebody put that out, and then I seen like 4 people retweet it, and they're like, I instantly thought of that.
No, you did.
Good job.
Well, here's the thing. I like the scenario. So shout out Chris Clark. I like the scenario. I love Amari Cooper. I think he's a very underutilized, underrated receiver in this league. And he's over there kind of dying in Baltimore right now with Wacker. Or not Baltimore. I'm sorry, Cleveland with Wacker. Ooh. And here I called Lamar a Wacker.
I mean, that whole team's
I'm sorry,
been a bunch
Lamar.
Of whack off whiners this week.
I'm not gonna put you in that category though, Lamar. Okay, you seem
Lamar's
like
way better.
You seem like a better guy than that. But no, he's just kind of over there in Cleveland, and he had like 1 or 2 big games last year. But he's a solid, low key. He's gonna get you 1,000 yards a year. Like, he does that. So I like that idea, and I also kind of like this idea, Minotaur. My only drawback with this is I liked Treylon Burks a lot coming out of college. Mike, you remember, he was one of my favorite receivers coming out that year. I think he does offer you a deep threat in a weird sort of way, but he's kind of a bigger body. But he reminds me a lot of A.J. Brown or something like that at his peak. And yeah, that could be definitely a thing. But my drawback is, Mike, the Chiefs have not had much success in trying to revamp someone's career. We've tried it with Kelvin Benjamin. We tried it with Josh Gordon. We've tried it with several guys, and it never works out. So do you think we could really spark this kid's career?
Look, here's my thing with Treylon Burks. He's a big-bodied wide receiver. He's basically a big-bodied slot. He's your Marquez. He is basically Rashee Rice if Rashee Rice wasn't good. Wait, did I say that right? He's a bad version of Rashee Rice at this point,
But is
right?
he? Because, I mean...
He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be like the
know.
speedier, like, because he showed some flashes of speed.
What was this guy's speed? I'm going to look it up while you're talking. But I can't
But
remember
yeah,
for sure.
I feel like he's a big slot. You can maybe use him deep. He's not really translated. But look, has the guy really had a shot? Ryan Tannehill's not the greatest QB. Will Levis, we told everybody Will Levis was a little bit of a fraud, dude. We watched him at UK for 2 years. In big game situations, Will Levis could never get it done.
He's like a Josh Allen. Like, he's a very dynamic player, and he's very good. He can throw the ball a mile. He can run when he needs to. He makes really good plays sometimes. I don't doubt that. But he does make poor decisions,
right?
And he don't show up when it counts. He's not clutch.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just don't know how Andy then would use them. Andy just does not use wide receivers in typical ways. You have to play every position on the field for Andy Reid to let you play.
Right. So Treylon Burks, to me, Mike, I feel like he wouldn't really take, you're not going to stretch the field with him, but he would be somebody who could eat up the middle of the field. But we already have Juju and Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce that's going to be taking care of that.
If you think Juju stinks and his knee's bad, then by all means, what would you have to give up to get a Treylon Burks? I think 6th-round pick.
Yeah,
I ain't giving up no worse than that.
Well, that's the thing, though. I think that's a bargain too, right? We're talking about a 1st-round draft pick that's only. How old is this kid, bro? He's not very old at all.
He's been in the league for 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Don't say right here. I'm kind of looking at his combine thing. I wanted to get an idea. But, coming out of college, his production score, he was the #1 wide receiver in that class.
He was
production.
He was good for Arkansas.
A 91 production score. The kid only ran a 4.55, so he's not like super fast. He's not blazing speed or anything, but obviously that's not slow either. A 1.54 10-yard split, so he does have some quickness. Trey Burks is a big body. He looks like A.J. Brown on a football field, and that's why Tennessee drafted him, because they were trying to replace him.
But he's just, it kind of was work ethic. He didn't come in shape.
Well, he was out of shape.
Football?
I remember the whole throwing up thing.
He's kind of maybe, okay, look, do you think there's maybe some Kadarius Toney vibes there they don't want to mess with?
Possibility, but if you remember, Rashee Rice had conditioning issues when he started.
That's true.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is a situational thing for him.
I don't know.
And I like the idea, Minotaur.
Here's
if they
my
did
thing,
go
though.
out, if they did, though, you'd be okay with it,
Right.
I think. 6th or 7th rounder, I take him.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but here's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't think the Chiefs are in any rush to replace this right now.
I don't either. I don't think they will.
I don't think the Chiefs, I don't think, if this lingers and lingers and lingers, you could see maybe a week 5, week 6, week 7 trade. Kind of like when they went out and pulled the trigger with Kadarius Toney. You may see something like that, but they're not going to touch it for the first 2 to 3 weeks. They're going to see what we've got and if they're good enough. And you got to remember, too, I know people don't like to hear it, but you still got Skyy Moore, and they invested a 2nd-round pick, and they'll probably let him play a little bit. They're going to see if he got any better. Did he? Probably not, but they're going to see. They're going to go down the list and look. We're still better than we were last year.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're still better. It's still not saying much. We'll see. I just don't think they're in any rush. Right. I don't think they're in any rush.
Appreciate the 5, Minotaur, and I like
brother.
the idea. It's not bad. Chief KT with the 2 bombs says Chief should have just made Brown get surgery. I mean, isn't that kind of what's happening, though? He has to get surgery. It's just a recovery process.
Well, he's saying initially, which I mean, they would have only sped it up, 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a lose-lose situation here.
This is why this injury is, you can't fault Hollywood. You can't fault anybody for this. This is a very serious injury.
Yeah.
If that bone was to dislocate interior, which means go out or go in, not out, that can literally sever major blood vessels and arteries. You can die from that. That is not something they want to mess with. So if he would have got back on the football field too prematurely and that thing would have popped out the wrong way, you could have killed him on the field. They don't want to mess with this. This is Hollywood Brown. This is the same as Tua. Tua needs to step away from the game at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no point. He's already got paid.
Not worth
I get
it,
you want
bro.
to do things, but it's not worth it. Hollywood needs to take this surgery, get himself healed, and if he feels like he's good to go, come back to football. But you shouldn't do it. There's no reason to rush it. There's not. Look, if the Chiefs will figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with David here. I don't think you can really use more than 6 on a 53. Look, we saw what happened last year when we had 7. It was like a hockey rotation. Nobody could get in rhythm. It just didn't work. And I noticed in week 1 here, we weren't doing that at all. Skyy Moore never saw the football field. So, I mean,
did Hardman play many offensive snaps?
I don't really remember him playing many snaps. So, I mean, they're using the same core. So, I think they're going to stick with it. And I like that better.
I just think Justin Justin Watson gets a few more snaps, and I think now Skyy Moore will start to get more snaps. Either him or Hardman will start to get a few more.
Well, here's the thing, man. So we've talked for 2 years now about Skyy Moore. People don't like him. We think there's something there, but we don't know if it's going to work in this offense. He might never be anything. He might be the biggest bust to ever freaking live besides Breland Speaks, right? But he's going to have an opportunity here. So, I mean, him personally, you need to cash in, bro. Like, get out there and get it done if you get a chance, because you don't have any more chances here. Like, this is pretty much it. I mean, if you're going to sit on the sideline and never do anything, what's the point? So I think if he gets in there, man, it's time for him to shine.
It's essentially the equivalent of a contract year for Skyy Moore.
Sort of. He
But
put himself
if Skyy Moore doesn't do
right?
good this year, he will not make the roster next season.
Right.
They will cut ties.
It looked like he was not going to get a chance. But, you know, Hollywood
And then
was
guess
out.
what? Nobody's going to trade for him. And who's really going to give you a second shot in the league playing 3 years for a defending champion and can't even –
The Browns.
With our receiving core as bad as it is, and you can't even get
the
on
Browns
the field to play.
The Browns will put him on the practice squad.
Yeah, go figure. You think we'll try to get Kadarius Toney back?
No.
Good Lord, let's hope not.
You know what's crazy, though? It's like he really could fill that role. He's fast enough to just do what Hollywood was probably going to be doing.
Yeah,
So, you know what I'm
think they
saying?
Maybe kind of feel like
Yeah.
Do you
Dude,
think
would
the
that
Browns-
would that
do you
blow
think the
anyone's
Browns-
mind?
Do you think the Browns had the foresight to pick him up, because it was crazy that nobody had any interest hardly?
Would
and
that-
then they put him on the like seriously 3 days before the Chiefs go IR, thinking that now we'll maybe give up a 6th or 7th round pick again.
Well, you
There's
don't have
no
to.
way.
He's on the practice squad, right? I don't know how that
Still
works
gotta-
exactly, but they can go grab him, right?
Can you? I mean, you can sign him off the practice squad, but he's got to come initially
Right,
to
but
your 50.
y'all,
I don't know.
y'all put in the chat, would that completely blow your freaking mind if you woke up tomorrow and they had Kadarius
Oh
Toney
my
back on the
God,
roster?
I would lose my crap, dude. Let's
Bro.
not even put this in the air right now. I don't even want to put it in the universe.
Is that not like a very Brett
Let's
Beach
stop.
thing to do, though?
That's the Brett Beach thing to do. Brett Beach
Oh,
can't
man.
let it go. Dude, I would
Yeah.
seriously cry.
Carlisle says, I think I would cry.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I would literally shed a tear. It's
Man.
nothing against Kadarius Toney, but we're not backtracking here.
Yeah. We need to quit going backwards. But, man, overall, I think the Chiefs have the edge in this game. Obviously, they're the heavy favorite. But, I mean, honestly, I said this last week about the Ravens as well. I feel like on paper, or just kind of looking at the lineups and matchups, the Chiefs were the heavy favorite. I feel like they have it in the bag, right? If they just go out, play with some intensity, and execute, it's theirs to lose. And I
Yeah.
think that's where we're at with the Bengals, probably five times what it was with the Ravens, because they're in shambles a little bit. And like you mentioned earlier, Burrow's wrist injury and stuff like that, and you said that he didn't really look as confident and things. Well, Trevor actually mentioned earlier today, talking about it, it's kind of translated to him off the field as well. Like, Burrow's not as swaggy as usual. He's not holding that confidence. Does that indicate to you that he knows something more is wrong too? And he's kind of lost a little bit of confidence because it's not healing? They told him that injury, Mike, they said that could be like a lifelong deal.
Look, I'm going to be dead honest. I hope that's not it for Burrow. I don't think Burrow's a bad dude. Look, I like Joe Burrow. I mean, if he was hanging out with us, he'd be a cool guy, more than likely. Like, we'd probably just shoot the crap with him and it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Right.
We get annoyed with the Bengals and you start hating teams because their fan bases and they big mouth and they're this and that.
But I mean, he
Burrow
really
never
hasn't-
said Burrowhead.
Yeah, he's not really.
He
been
never
the one
did it.
doing
He wasn't the ass clown that said it. Burrow doesn't run his mouth like Chase. Okay, Chase is the jerk that I wouldn't want anywhere near a Chiefs uniform. I don't care I'd take Kadarius Toney back before I put Jamar Chase on this team. Look, I'm dead serious. Jamar Chase is a cancer in the locker room. He's horrible. Like, he's imploded this franchise right now, to be honest. They keep wanting to blame Burrow, but I think Chase is doing it. That hold up, and then them trying to snag T. Higgins and put him on that 1 year, and they're you know what I mean? The whole, the franchise tagging them just because they heard the Chiefs may pay them in the offseason. Everything these teams do is to try to take a shot at the Chiefs.
Did you mention Chris Lamons?
Right. They got him too.
Yeah.
So, look,
right
it's
before
just-
the Super Bowl.
It's all to take little bitty tiny shots at the Chiefs. Nobody's trying to win a Super Bowl at this point. They're just trying to beat the Chiefs. But technically that is trying to win the Super Bowl because that's that's what we do.
Anthony, I wasn't wishing it, man. I just thought
Yeah, don't wish it. But
a very Brett Beach thing to do. Real quick, Kevin Capel says, Mike, the Browns re-signed their super shank kicker Cade York, traded him to Washington for a 7th. Washington cut him last week after he shanked 3 kicks.
What?
And the deal is now void. So, see, weird stuff can go down. So, don't rule it out.
So was the deal... was the deal about how long he stays with the team, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Brad, what's up, man? He says, I think the game tomorrow is going to be a bloodbath, Chiefs versus Bengals. How deep the rivalry is. So, yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up, too. Like, obviously, us as a fan base are super annoyed by the Bengals and the Bengals fan base, and they had to go out and say more stuff. It's almost like they had to think about what they were going to say, you know? Like, we're going to say something to annoy everybody. We just have to figure out what. And then they did it.
Chase even said, I've grown up. I'm not doing this. But then it's like he had an underhanded one. But
have you ever seen him in any interview, in any forum, where he's not very snide, smirky, and arrogant?
Well, that's my point. He's an arrogant guy. Do you just think Chase was saying what they should say as something of like, hey,
no, he knows what he's
fire up
doing.
The troops and let's say, hey, guys, we're the best team to beat. Play like it.
No.
That was a shot at the Chiefs.
I didn't get that. Yes, absolutely. I never get a leadership vibe from Jamar Chase. I don't. I think he's trash.
He doesn't strike me as the leader in the locker room, does he?
Right. He's just he's out there just nitpick, like what's the word I'm looking for? Instigating. It's just what he does. He's always
a little
doing
instigator, isn't he?
Yeah,
I bet he
for sure.
those people
but what
in
I was
the locker
gonna
room
say,
blames it on somebody else.
But what I was going to say is, like, how deep is this rivalry actually? Like, it annoys us. Do you think the players are like, dude, they're back at this shit again? Like, we're going to go beat the crap out of them?
I feel like the Chiefs want to do that. Like, doesn't it bother you? Like, if you don't feel like Mahomes does not kind of stay up a little later tonight just thinking when he's in bed, like, I want to beat the crap out of these guys. Like, he has to. Andy has just got to be the one that stops trying to be so respectful to everybody. Just beat the piss out of somebody once or twice.
Do you really think that's a thing?
What?
Like, we always talk about that. We're like, Andy, stop being a wuss and just put your foot on their throat. Like, do you think he's trying to? It's just not working out. But we're just like...
Yeah, maybe Andy's trying his hardest to get a blowout, and he just can't do it.
You have to think. He probably... I know Andy's a very,
I just don't think Andy cares.
He don't.
He's
As
a
long
guy
as they
that's
win.
just in his own world.
If they win by 1 point, Andy don't give a crap.
Exactly. Well, he always says that. You know how hard it is to win in this league. Listen. Like, he loves it. And maybe it is hard. Maybe he is trying to put the foot on the gas. Steve, we've seen it. Now, look, a lot of people say the Chiefs get the calls, but there's a lot of times the NFL will keep games close. Dude, they just won't let you blow people out. Like, if you go up 14, 16, 17 points, they'll do everything they can. They'll put a drive down the field on defensive holding calls. I've seen them do that time and time again.
Hey, Mike, we got some weird guy named Zach Thacker in here asking if we can say hi to him. So,
Zach Thacker, what's up, brother?
Do you think that could be like Deshaun Wacker's cousin?
No.
Zach Thacker.
Thacker's the man. We just
kidding.
We had
What's
some
up,
Mr.
Zach?
Gaddy's with Zach Thacker the other day. We went to college with this kid, man. We give the teacher hell, bro.
That professor hated us.
That professor
so much
hated us,
that he
dude.
remembered him 20 years later.
Yeah, and then he almost flunked him out.
Good stuff. Every Tribe Coffee shout out, man. We see you. You're going to be there tomorrow for the beatdown.
Let's go.
Have a good time, man. Hope it's fun. Yeah, so I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I guess we could go ahead and get into some predictions here soon. Do you want to talk about the defensive side of the ball first?
Yeah, let's talk about defense for a second because I think the defense is actually I think the defense is going to be the reason we blow them out tomorrow or it's close, in my opinion. I don't think it's nothing to do with the offense. I think the offense is going to look good enough that we're scoring mid-20s, 30s. Like, you're right there. Is the defense going to allow Joe Burrow to nitpick you to death? Is Spags going to blitz a lot and allow Burrow to just quick get rid of the ball, throw it to space, beat Nick Bolton, in space because that's what teams do. How many times do we get to 3rd and long, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 18, and we'll let the middle of the field, right where the linebackers are, they'll all evacuate and they'll just chunk it every time. We've seen it.
Our downfall for years.
Yeah, look, but here's my thing. I think their tackles a little weak. Trent Brown versus the Chiefs, though, he's always balled out versus the Chiefs. Going back to the Patriots, he's played like 6 games against us. He's never allowed a sack against us. Never.
Right here, man. Right here. The memes and box says it. They're going to play lights out. It'll be the best game they play the entire season.
It's going to be close, in my opinion. I wish the Chiefs would blow them out, and I know a lot of people want to say that. But, Steve, we've said this time and time again. There's been so many times that we're like, the Chiefs are due for a blowout, and it does not happen. We will be playing the frickin' Panthers later in the year and be going to overtime for a 3-point win with the Panthers. That's just what we do. I don't know what it is, but.
Yeah. Shout out Ian says, love your channel. Looks
What's
like he's a
up,
Bengals fan. Hey, you're welcome here, man. We talk trash, but it's all in fun.
I see Ian comment a lot.
Yeah, as long as everybody's respectful, we don't care. We have a couple Bengals fans that watch our channel regularly.
There's a couple dudes like
and they have good input. They'll talk about the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, because my thing is this: if you want it to be a rivalry, you have to you got to respect the trash talk back and forth. Where I get it is when the players do it just to do it. Like that to me is annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
But look, Justin Reid did it that one year. Remember, Justin Reid ran his mouth, and then the Bengals put one on us, and then they didn't do it again. But it's like the Bengals just won't learn the lesson.
Yeah,
that's what's weird about it. But yeah. The fans, I'm fine with it. I mean, what are you going to
do? Shout out Midas. What's up, my man? I guess Cole sent you over.
Cole.
Let's go,
What's
baby.
he doing? Cole's probably, there's no way Cole's not live right now. Is he not live?
Cole's always working on something. He's up to something. That's what
I was saying. I just thought he was lived online. So he's got to be live, bro.
Horatio, he says, hello, guys. Following you guys from Chihuahua, Mexico. A lot of Chiefs fans here. Dude. So, hey, Horatio, put this in the chat. I was actually floating this idea the other day. So we live in a time where there's AI, right? And I was thinking, we do a lot of Chiefs content. There's a lot of Chiefs fans that don't speak English as their first language. What if we had our stuff in Spanish? Like, would that be something that you think could work? Like, people would actually consume that material?
Like an all chiefed up in Espanol.
Well, I mean, there's AI now, Mike, where we can put our videos in, and it'll be us speaking in Spanish.
Is it really us, or is it people that sound like us?
No, it'll AI your voice, and it'll do it.
That's pretty sick. Like, we release each video in Spanish?
Right, so I thought maybe having like a separate channel that just does it all in Spanish. That way, for the Spanish fans, they don't have to sit and listen in English or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But the shout out, man, that's awesome though. In Mexico, that's cool. Chiefs fans awesome, are worldwide, baby. They run far and deep.
Dude, it's crazy.
We have people on here all the time from everywhere, man.
We had somebody the other day from Iceland.
Yeah, like just random stuff.
He said, "Did you know it's not that cold in Iceland?" And I was like,
"It's green. It's cold in Greenland."
Yeah, it's icy in Greenland and green in Iceland.
Isn't that what it is?
Something like that.
Oh man. Shout out Doug with the 2 ball. What's up, Doug? We were just talking about you, Doug.
We were just talking about you. Steve has got your hat and he won't give it to me to ship.
No, listen, in all full transparency.
Don't listen, Doug.
Every time I meet up with Mike, I forget to grab it and hand it to him. So, it's technically probably my fault, Doug. I'm sorry. But I have your hat. It's going to get to you, I promise. Hell, we were giving it to you for like a birthday gift. You've probably like already aged another year since then, right?
It's for 2 birthdays.
We're going to get it out there.
It's going to be for Doug's birthday and Christmas. That's what we were going for. But anyway,
with the comment here, he says, will we see Hicks tomorrow? I'm hoping. I think we will. They've got to start bleeding him into the defense, right? Because I feel like he could have been a valuable piece last week against Lamar Jackson and his scrambling. Because Jaden Hicks has speed. He's always around the ball.
Spags said they had packages set up for Hicks, but they just didn't implement them in the game. I think Hicks is going to eventually get in. The kid plays. He's a ball hawk. He can play every position. He's Shamari Connor Jr. And to be honest, I think in 2 to 3 years, he could be better than Shamari Connor.
He could be a little honey badger, bro.
I see it.
Yeah. There's a little bit there.
There's a little nasty to him.
I think
Steve, this is pre honey badger not trying to make business decisions and not hit nobody, right?
Right. I mean, the fact of the matter is even after that and after he went to New Orleans, he was still one of the highest rated safeties in the league, if not the highest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a hell of a player. And I think Tyron even saw himself in Jaden Hicks a little bit because he made a point to shout out Andy Reid and be like, hey, this guy's a dog. Who is this kid?
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, I'm excited about what Jaden Hicks brings to the table. Appreciate the 2, Doug. And shout out freaking Kyle with 5 gifted. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
Hey, I saw you today over there on the Spoken, too. You're just getting all the Chiefs content in, brother. How about them Royals,
Why not?
How about them Royals?
Not? Steve, I was just thinking, I would love to get back when the Royals get to the playoffs. We should go back to KC, catch a Chiefs game, catch a Royals playoff game, have some more freaking barbecue. If it's close, it won't be close enough to Christmas to check out the Christmas stuff, but it is what it is. I just want to get back and support the Royals and go watch a Chiefs game. But yeah, man, Kyle, appreciate the 5 gifted, brother. If you guys get one of those gifted, give Kyle a thank you and put some catch-ups in the chat for our boy Kyle.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Steve, you say, somebody asked how you say horned up in Spanish. Con cuernos. Con cuernos.
Is that real?
That's what Google tells me. Unless if I'm saying something that gets us demonetized, I'm sorry, Google.
Shout out Trevor says, I'm also a Kentucky guy, so I got to show some love to my neighbors. Appreciate it, my man. I mean, we're literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from Cincinnati.
Trevor, what's your favorite college basketball team? I bet you we share that. Look,
that's a big chance.
There's a big chance we share that, brother. And I'm not even going to say it. You just let me know in the chat, and then we'll if it's not the same, we just ignore it.
But back on the defense, man. A lot of people were worried about the corners. You proved them wrong tenfold with statistics last week. I think all the corners had a really good game. They all rated far and ahead of L'Jarius Sneed last week. And now that's not fair to say, oh, they're better than Sneed or they're just as good. Sneed's in a new system with a whole different team. So you can't really go by that. But they did play very well, Mike. And they're tested, they're battle tested. Since they got in the league, they've had to step in right off the bat, dude. They've played in big games, Super Bowls, AFC Championship games, like big games. And they've always been out there and put up. And I don't think I'm worried about it. Like, that's one of the last things I'm worried about is our corners.
Right. Susie, I forgot Susie's out here from Australia, baby.
Oh.
She's trying to get them to play a game. They should play a game in Australia. That'd be a fun one. Go to New Zealand, play a game. Go to Australia. That'd be pretty awesome. Trevor
I think
says
people would like that.
He's a Cincy fan.
Okay,
we're not the same then. Sorry.
There's a lot of UK fans in Cincinnati.
Right? We thought you were UK, but it's cool. Steve, speaking of Kentucky, baby. Kentucky's got the ball with 6 minutes to go, only down by 1 point to number 1 Georgia right now.
No way, bro. Well, they had to do something. After getting blown out by South Carolina last week, unwarranted, they had to do something.
They were leading
win this
at
game.
6-3.
Shock the world, baby.
Let's do it. Look, them Kentucky boys out here just, trying to shock the nation. It ain't going to happen.
Probably not.
By the time it's over, look, what is there, 6 minutes? There's 6 minutes and 25 seconds. By the time this 6 minutes and 25 seconds is over, Kentucky will get me about 21 points. They'll find a way.
Kentucky normally gets absolutely slaughtered by
They
Georgia.
will find a freaking way.
Yeah, Kevin, I did have the hat on earlier today. I did.
Hey.
So,
yeah.
I think I've yet to see anybody else with the same hat. Did I find like the one hat, like the one they made? Did I just stumble up on that thing?
Maybe. Wait, Horatio. He says, Cuernudos.
I hope that's it.
So okay. Google said it was con cuernos, but that's pretty much the same word. So Google's just not right. Oh, I love it. Let's put it on a t-shirt.
That'd be cool. Oh, so if we do translate our stuff and have like some sort of Spanish episodes, we'd just be saying cuernudos.
Yeah, what's that? Cuernudos. Hey, dude, we should put El Travador on there and it says cuernudos. That'd be great, dude. I love it. I love our people down in Mexico already, and so far the only one I know is Horatio, and I'm fine. With
there's been a couple more.
I love it.
Ian's talking about the Patrick Mahomes prime drink, Mike. I brought it up because I was wondering if you've tried it. Is it just Metamoon or something? Like, I feel like they're going to do what they did with the WWE one, where it's one flavor they already have. They just changed the packaging.
Yeah, they just changed the package. I've not seen it anywhere in stores. So is it only like a KC area thing?
I don't know.
You wouldn't think so. Patrick Mahomes is a pretty worldwide name.
He's the biggest name.
When I find it, I'm going to grab about 5, 6 of them. I'm going to drink them, and I'm going to keep one because I keep everything Patrick Mahomes I can find. That's just the way it is.
Shout out our boy Steve-O with the 2 bomb. What's up, Steven? He says, does the crocodile hammer snag a tutty?
Oh, it would be nice.
Rules. Thanks for the gas, Steve-O.
Thanks for the gas.
I think he could. I mean, why not? I think P. Ryan might score.
Yeah, I think they let P. Ryan. Do you think the Chiefs are just...
Why wouldn't they?
Do you think the Chiefs are letting, a little PP on the PP? Do you think they're just floating that out there, trying to get them horned up, thinking that we're going to use P. Ryan, and then they're just going to use him as a decoy every time he's on the field?
I don't know. We'll see.
I think P. Ryan is a valuable asset.
I really like him.
I honestly, look, I was okay with him keeping Clyde, like, at the end of the day, just because he's like a veteran in the locker room and everybody likes him. But P. Ryan is a much better football player at this point in their careers. Clyde was good in year 1, and then he got an injury, and he's not been good. He's just not been that good. Mm-mm. He may be able to have revived his career as a third down back and catching the ball, But
He's got a
that
lot
was
of
yet
trouble.
to be seen.
He's having a lot of trouble off the field.
Yeah, that was
so.
yet to be seen. But I think P. Ryan is a much better football player. And our room is upgraded.
I think so too. I would agree with that. Appreciate the 2, Steve-O. Shout out Doug with another 2 bomb. He says, any trades you see for defensive end, offensive line, or wide receivers before the deadline. So we touched on that a bit. Like, I don't think they're going to rush out to do anything, but the Chiefs making a move before the deadline, I think that's about a 60% chance. I think they could. They're always looking to improve. Like, they're never like completely just complacent.
Yeah.
Brett Veach is always looking around, so I think it's definitely a possibility. Now, do I think it would be offensive line? Probably not. I think as long like Kingsley seems to be doing a pretty good job so far, and I think he's only going to get better each week.
Yeah.
So I think they got what they need there. Depth wise, we're not big on the depth of the offensive line. I think the swing tackle we have right now would be a healthy Wanye or Ethan Driscoll. Is that it?
Yeah.
So,
probably.
I mean, maybe, Duck, maybe. Defensive end, definitely room for improvement there, but we will be getting Charles Omenihu back sometime around the end of November, so there's that. And then a wide receiver, that's the one people's going to be keeping an eye on, right, just because of the Hollywood Brown injury. I don't think that means they're going to do it, but would it surprise me? No. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Brett Veach does.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking for some wide receivers that I think Brett Veach could look at from previous drafts. And so I go through 2021's draft, okay? And 2021's draft was the Jamar Chase draft, okay? That was Jamar Chase. That's the one Kadarius Toney come out in. That's Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle. When you go down through that draft, listen to all these players we've already had on our team. We've had Kadarius Toney come out of that draft. People were wanting us to do you remember people wanting us to make a trade for Elijah Moore? Do you remember that?
How you going to scare me like that?
Elijah Moore, Terrence Marshall, people were wanting. De'Ami Brown could be a player they could look at, but to be honest, he's not been lived up to expectations. Amon-Ra St. Brown come out of that draft. Amir Smith-Marset come out of that draft. Cornell Powell come out of that draft. Honestly, I wouldn't hate if they went out and tried to get Amir Smith-Marset back in here. I thought he'd done okay when he was here. Like, do I think he's a game changer? No. But do I think he can be a valuable piece? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he could be at some point if you need him. 2022 draft, I don't know. I'm just not seeing anybody that I feel like the Chiefs... Like, honestly, I thought the Chiefs should have maybe... And look, this might prove real. I don't think that the Eagles give up that much for Jahan Dotson. I think the Chiefs should have been in on that.
Yeah,
I think right
too.
now, if the Chiefs would have give up a 3rd or 4th round pick for Jahan Dotson, would we have been that irritated right now, or would we have been like, hey, cool?
I really think that was a missed opportunity.
I don't think they give up that much. They didn't even give up a full 3rd, was it? Wasn't it like
No,
they got
to a division rival. What do you mean?
They flopped picks or something? It was like a 4th and a 5th.
They didn't get much of nothing, dude. It was
Yeah,
even
they didn't
worse
get
than
much
that.
out of them. I would have
Yeah.
went out and I mean, he's not that great to this point, but he's not bad
I
either.
feel
He's
like
made
he could've
Skyy
fit
Moore's
in.
career look. Compared to Skyy Moore, freaking dude is a Hall of Famer at this point.
I feel like he could have definitely fit into this offense, but appreciate the 2, Doug. Julia Gulia out here telling everybody hit the freaking like button. What you guys
Let's
doing?
go.
Do us a favor. We'll take this second because of our dear friend Julia, the dog lover, that go hit the like button. It just takes a second and it helps us out, gets us out to more people.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you like the content, you're having a good time in the live, hit that subscribe button, hang out with us more often. The group of people we have here, the community we've built is so much fun. Everybody's knowledgeable and funny, and it's just a good time. So go hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Trying to get
We're
to
almost-
50,000.
We're
before
almost
the
to
Super Bowl.
35.
Like we made like a rough little
Yeah.
goal. Like, let's get to 50,000 before the Super Bowl, And I'm not big on having a subscriber goal, but it's just something to do. And I think we're going to get there. P. Swizzle with the 2 bomb, Mike.
Let's
Says,
go.
expect the Bengals to struggle like last week.
Is that what do you think they'll struggle, Steve?
There's a chance they do, but I honestly think, like I said earlier, I think this will be one of the best games they play their entire season because they always get so hyped for the Chiefs game. They always come out with a lot of intensity. If the Chiefs can match the intensity, I don't think this is a big deal. If the Chiefs come out looking a little lackadaisical or just stale or like they don't want to freaking be there, then yeah, there's a possibility that they still won. So, I mean, you can't just write it off.
I think this is a big game for the Chiefs. Is it must win? No. But if you can beat the Ravens and the Bengals, who, by the way, are like the top 5, they're both top 5 or 6 in the AFC. They're who you're battling. I think Miami, you can just about throw them out now. I think they're in the trash for the season. Unless they pull out Tom Brady to come back out of retirement.
The Bills got so lucky.
Yeah, so the Bills, I honestly think the Bills got worse this year, and they're going to just walk right into the playoffs again. So, look, I think that Bills game late in the season is good for playoff standing, and I think the Chiefs need to win this one. I think for the Ravens, Bills, Bengals, they need to win them. That's going to be good for playoff seeding. But if they did lose it, I don't think it's the end of the world. Okay, I think by the end of the year, we're going to be 3 games better than Cincinnati at worst. So
I would think. But
here's the thing. You've said it time and time again, and we've all said this. The Bengals will not come in and lay down tomorrow. I do not see a blowout coming. Andy don't typically do it, and the Bengals are going to play better. The Bengals are going to play up. Steve, the Chiefs always play down to our competition. Never fails.
Well, Julia said that, and I was getting ready to get to that one. But memes in the box says the Chiefs ever won Super Bowl. We have a target on our back. There was a
Big
study,
target.
Mike. There was a study done the other day. I can't remember who did it, but the Chiefs are officially the most hated football team in the world.
Congrats.
So we've overtaken the Patriots.
That just means that you're good.
Yeah, but Julia said that. We have a bad habit of playing down to our opponent.
We do.
This is something the Chiefs have got to get out of. If there's 2 things I could just be like, if the Chiefs could flip a switch on 2 things, Mike, they could be just outright dominant. And that would be stop playing down to your opponent.
Yeah.
And number 2, put the ball in the end zone when you're on the other team side of the field. Stop kicking a field goal every time.
Dude,
Can we stop stalling out?
I know they paid Butker, and they don't want that money to go to waste, but let them kick extra points.
Yeah. I mean, it's what
you
he's
don't need to always just kick field goals. Kick extra points. That's what I like.
But
to
if
see.
they could take care of those 2 things and just execute at a basic level, like just fundamentally, I think they could just be very dominant.
Yeah. Every Tribe Coffee says, Steve, did you see the PTI guy say
PTI?
Okay. PTI said the Bengals practice under a bridge. Yeah, if you've ever went to Cincinnati, okay, look, as soon as you cross in from Newport, Kentucky, you'll cross a bridge into Cincinnati like you do every major city.
Newport
There's a
or Covington? River. Or is it both? Are they the same?
They're both. You'll cross right in, okay, and you'll see the stadium. You'll see Paycor. But underneath, like as soon as you cross the bridge, they are down there. There's a practice field. It's got some.
They have to cross the street to get to it.
It's got some indoor. They got to cross the street. It is located near a bridge. I mean, it's a bad spot. They're not like technically under the bridge.
Well, I mean, even
I get the sentiment.
I actually love Great American Ballpark, their baseball field. I love it there.
The Red Stadium's nice.
I like it. And
Paycor's not a bad
But
field
did you
either.
notice though? Usually when we go, we're like parking under a bridge to get to the freaking baseball field, bro.
Yeah, it's like any major city. When you come into it, there's a lot of
It's
bridges.
just a weird little spot there.
Kansas City might be the only one you come into, and there's not a lot of bridges there.
That's because they kept it outside of downtown, and I love it. And I think that's why a lot of people, they don't want it to move from where it's at and everything. But I think eventually if they were to go to Kansas, it's going to be kind of the same deal, right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be more towards maybe Legends or something. Mike, I think you need to queue up one of them bad boys for Iron Price. Let's go with a 5-bomb. Jamar Chase and the Bengals. Here you go.
For the thousands here in attendance tonight and for the millions watching at home on TV. Oh, let's get ready to suck it!
My
the best
favorite
part about that
is the JR laugh. Or not JR, but Jerry the King Lawler. Yeah.
It's great.
JR, the only thing I remember from him all the time is, he killed him. He killed him.
that was like the Undertaker, right? Like when he choke
wrestling
slammed him through the.
Look, there's a lot of people that still like wrestling to this day. It's a huge thing, right? But they will never ever match that Attitude Era.
The Attitude Era was nice.
I mean, just from the commentators all the way to all the rest, that was it, bro.
Right.
Not gonna beat it.
Appreciate it, Iron Price. Our boy, Iron Price, baby. Chiefs again says is T Higgins playing. It don't look like it.
I don't know. I feel like I've had this feeling
but
like
I tell
he would
you
get out
what,
there.
it wouldn't surprise me
Right.
if he don't come on the field pregame and see if he can give it a go. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's in much of a hurry though. I mean, he's playing on a tag. He's probably not exactly happy with that whole situation.
Right.
So who knows?
Steve, speaking of Covington, their ghost says he hasn't caught a live in a long time. YouTube doesn't give me notifications.
Man,
Look, there's certain things YouTube doesn't like us. Number two, they say that their notifications do go out, and that if you don't get them, it's because your phone, if you're on an iPhone, has not turned on notifications for YouTube's app. Is that a thing? I don't know. Maybe you can check that, see if that's what it is. But it's supposed to do it. They tell us everything's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, someone asked if T. Higgins was ruled out for the game, and that's no, he is doubtful. So essentially, yes, but he wasn't ruled out.
Look, Kirk, see, I told you. 4th and 8 on Georgia's 47, and they false started, had to punt. Kentucky will find a way to shoot themselves in the foot every single opportunity they get. Look,
they've had
Mark
such an
Stoops
opportunity to be
done a good job
program.
of making Kentucky a little relevant in football. But Kentucky is. They're always playing behind the 8 ball in football. They're just never going to get there in the SEC. It's too hard to compete with the Georgias and the Alabamas.
That's tough, bro.
You can't recruit with them. Okay, and now you've brought in Texas A&M, and you brought in Texas, and you've brought in, Missouri's actually playing, and you've got all these teams now. Kentucky, they need to fire Mark Stoops. They need to go in a different direction. I think Stoops is done.
That's tough, bro. That's
Steve,
tough.
I'm firing him. Kentucky's got the biggest booster program in the world.
Yeah,
they will pay. They could get Nick Saban out of retirement if they wanted to. Go
hey, have a good one, Ian. You enjoy the game tomorrow too, and go watch your scary stuff, bro. Hey, it's scary. It's spooky season.
It is.
Like it's almost October, brother. Like it's going by quick.
Look, I like it. The weather's not cooperated though. It's been kind of hot.
Still been hot.
It was 90 degrees today.
I cannot wait until this heat breaks. Kentucky heat sucks, by the way. If you guys don't I'm sure like Trevor and some of the guys in Cincinnati who is saying that he don't think that T. Higgins is going to play. So that's coming from a Bengals fan. But I'm sure you all know about it. It's just like the sticky, nasty, muggy heat. Like if you're not here, you don't know about it. But you all talk about St. Joe, like that heat, like Kentucky's worse. Like it's worse.
I feel like we have the humidity gets worse here, right? It gets a little sticky. I don't know.
It's so bad. You walk outside and instantly sweat.
Right. Next big thing says, wait, Hollywood's out for the season.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, they said he wasn't going to come back. His earliest potential returns mid-January. What's that put him in? First, second week of the playoffs? You really think he's going to sit out all? He's going to have a few weeks to get back in game shape and practice. And then at that point, do you want to put a rusty guy in going into the AFC Championship? He's probably going to be out. You think maybe he could get back and get maybe back in the groove by Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Hollywood gets paid $8 million and comes in and just performs in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I'm with you. I don't even know if they've tried to slot him in. Like last year, we had a lot of guys that were like Kadarius Toney, for instance, was battling an injury at the end of last year, and then they just had him as a healthy scratch, because it's like they didn't even want to worry about rotating him back in. So obviously that's a big gap in level of play.
Yep.
But
YB says, I just checked and my YouTube notifications were off.
They secretly turned them off.
They said that sometimes
hit that bell.
YouTube will turn off people's notifications, or sometimes iPhones will flip off YouTube's notifications. That's what we've been told.
Or if you don't allow notifications on your phone, even if you have them turned on YouTube, you won't get them because they're turned off on your phone. That's the one that gets a lot of people.
Hey, Alicia, she says she used to teach in Covington, Kentucky, and always thought the humidity was worse in KC. Maybe it's just where you're at more.
I don't know. It's nasty.
Well,
here.
every time we go to St. Joe for camp, it's always like hot as hell. And then when we get there, it gets really cold that day.
I don't know. We've been to a couple times where it was hot. And I don't know. Just to me,
it was pretty
Kentucky humidity is a different level to me. I just hate it. It's so sticky.
Humidity just
it's
sucks
like Florida.
in general.
Florida's kind of like that too.
I love Florida though.
Well, there's no beach to escape to in Kentucky. You want to go to the lake? Yeah,
the lake you're getting chased by a snake and
it's not the same.
And a fat drunk guy with a Budweiser. Okay, I'm not having it.
And a bunch of pontoons. People pontooning out there.
Pontoons. Good grief.
That's so funny. But it's sticky. It's hot, and I don't like it. We saw where Hendershot got fined, Tribe. Pretty crazy.
Hendershot. This dude ain't even played a freaking snap yet, and he's already down $6,000. He said he's appealing it. What do you think they're going to say in the appeals?
They'll make him pay it.
I mean, honestly, he didn't even. I mean, he touched him. He probably shouldn't have touched him, but I mean, it wasn't even a push. Did you rewatch the play? Like, he literally touched him.
Yeah.
This dude's wearing full pads, by the way, and he's crying because somebody pushed him.
David says he grew up in KC. It's just as humid there, but maybe not as long. I could kind of maybe go with that, but it's just like it's never ending in Kentucky. It's brutal. It'll beat you down.
Dude, I bet Bout Time's got a point. I bet Mississippi gets nasty, dude. Dude, I went down to Mississippi one time. I took a road trip. When I was going to Florida, I took a road trip through Mississippi. Once I got into Mississippi, it was so weird. There was like tons of 2-lane highways. I was trying to get down to Ole Miss, to their football stadium, and you know, I forget where they play. But anyway, I was trying to get down to Ole Miss. It was cool once I got there, but every road was like brown and unpaved, and it was the worst.
Mississippi?
Yeah, it was the worst drive of my life.
They're always
for like
brown.
2 hours.
The roads are brown. Yeah,
it was weird.
It's very weird. So check this out. This is going to crack you up. The 10 most humid states in the United States. What do you think number 1 is?
Florida?
Alaska.
Shut up.
74.33%
Well, humidity don't always have to be bad, though.
Right. But hey, if you keep going, Louisiana, Mississippi, Michigan, Florida, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, no Kentucky, no Kansas, no Missouri.
So we're all just crying for no reason, huh?
I guess so, bro.
We're just a bunch of wuss. Okay.
This week.
Don't go to Alaska. You'll sweat your balls off up there.
Yeah, Kay Wayne said the humidity is good in Vegas. Yeah, you get out in that just dry heat out there, right? It's hot.
Yeah, see, Sam says Pensacola's humid. I think everything's got humidity in the southern U.S. But then when you get out to the western side, it's just that hot heat. Like, good Lord, you go into Arizona and your freaking windshield's melting.
Yeah.
And you got to sleep with scorpions. I don't know. I've always wanted to visit, but I always told you, man, if I ever wake up and there's a scorpion in my bed, I will leave that state faster.
Brian Parrott says they have fat guys with Budweisers too in Missouri. So,
hey, aren't prices from Alaska? Whoa. He says I'm actually from Alaska.
Nice.
That's sick, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Pops actually took a trip to Alaska this year.
He did like a cruise, right?
He took a cruise to Alaska and he checked it out. He loved it. He said it was nice up there. And he thought it was weird that it was kind of cool in the middle of the summer. And I'm like, Pops, you're in Alaska, bro. He thought he was going to be able to get a tan.
Mike, we got a pretty good question here from our boy Doug. He says, where's Kay Wayne? So,
Tell me where in the world is
Kay Wayne? Dude,
all
you're
right,
on a comeback.
all right. I am on a
like,
comeback.
What, 7-3, 6-3, something like that?
And just for the hell of it, and because we were talking about it, I'm going to go off the wall and say Mississippi. Let's go. Where do I want to go? How close? Let me see something real quick.
Oh,
I gotta be. I'm trying to make a comeback.
You're trying to play the game now, huh? Okay,
I hear you typing too.
I'm trying to see where you're going. I'm getting it queued up.
Don't do that. I don't know. Let's just go Tupelo for the hell of it. I'm going way off the wall here. Way off the wall. But I feel like, why not?
Tupelo,
Don't play
bro?
Prices Right. Don't play Prices Right either. You pick your own stuff.
Let me see where you're at with Tupelo.
Don't be doing that.
Is Tupelo above?
I don't know. I just picked it because it's the first city that came to mind.
By the
I could
way,
have said Jackson, I suppose.
Did you know Elvis Presley was born in Tupelo?
That's why I picked it.
I almost swung by Tupelo. It was Oxford, Mississippi was where I was going. That's where Ole Miss plays. So I was going to Oxford, and I was so close to going to Tupelo just to see I'm pretty sure Elvis was born in Tupelo.
All right,
I'm going to go.
Let's do it.
I'm going to go with I want to go with Texas.
Okay, you're going a little more west.
But where do I want to go with Texas?
Pick one.
Let's go with Tyler, Texas. How about that? Tyler, Texas. Let's go.
The home of Mahomes. The Mahomes.
We're going to Tyler, frickin' Texas in honor.
All right.
Of the greatest.
You let us know where you're at, buddy, and I'm going to see if I made a comeback. That's going to put me at 6-4 if I win.
Dude, I got to get back on the win streak here.
Yeah, I'm creeping back. I'm creeping in. Hopefully I can pull a W out here.
I hope you don't pull a dub.
I win. I got it.
Atlanta, Georgia.
I got it, baby. Hey, 6-4. Making the comeback. You went the wrong way on the Price is Right. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
I'm starting to get pissed. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm starting to get a little pissed. And this is why.
Why?
because I feel like I had a pretty good idea where K. Wayne was, and I feel like this dude either drives that truck 250 miles an hour, or he's got a teleport machine. And either one of the two, I don't like either one of them. Like, how did the dude get from Vegas to Atlanta in a day?
Eastbound and down, what you said.
What is this guy doing? K. Wayne, you got to slow it down out there,
Speaking
big
of
dog.
eastbound and down, I saw K. Wayne earlier. I said, Mike, where's the damn churros jersey, bro?
I don't know. You got lost.
You gotta
He
get
got
that
lost
thing.
in the mail.
He gave it to you in person.
Oh, I've got the churros. Is that the one you wanted? I'll give you yours.
Yeah, I got Happy Gilmore. K. Wayne, for those of you that don't know, at the Chew with the Crew event, K. Wayne brought us some jerseys, so that was cool. I got the Happy Gilmore hockey jersey, and you got the churros. So that was how we split it.
I will flip the board.
Got to watch them.
No, look, I'm pretty good. We used to play this game. What's this game we used to play online, Steve? We used to have to draw things.
Drawful?
You remember
Was that what it was called?
Drawful? I think
Some
it was
kind of
called
game.
Drawful.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You had to draw T-shirt slogans or something. Remember
Something
that
dumb,
one?
yeah.
That was a good game.
It was great. All right, let's get back to football. But real quick, if you guys are having a good time, hit the like button for us, please. Let's get that pumped up a little bit. Hell, we might give out a poster before we leave, a signed poster.
Oh, my gosh. Are we?
Yeah, Mike, that's more work for you to do. More shipping money for you to pay, son. But yeah, we'll
Y'all
give one
breaking
away.
me.
We'll just let Nightbot pick it. We won't make it elaborate, but we'll give one away. Let me see. How many likes we got right now? Looks like we're sitting
We're
at
at
164.
164.
Let's get that to 200 at least, and we'll give away a poster.
If we can push the likes to 200, I'll give away a poster, man.
Yeah. Hey, I clicked the wrong one. Kyle said, Mike, you're sounding salty as Jamar right now. Don't be mad because you're losing. I'm rallying.
I'm winning. How can I be that mad? I'm up by 2. Look, here's the thing.
Well, I mean, technically, in the Jamar Chase era of the Bengals, they're winning in the series, and he's still crying. So, I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
I feel like it's just more of K. Wayne's driving too fast, and I'm looking out for his safety.
It could be it. But let's get back to football. Let's do some predictions, man. So this is the part where we do our predictions. And yeah, just because I know we are going to hit 200 likes, put hashtag poster in the chat. Hashtag poster. Because if you put hashtag poster, that'll make you eligible to win that bad boy when we get to the 200 likes. So go ahead and do that. So flood the chat with that, and also want you to flood the chat with your game score predictions because I want to see what you guys have to say. Mike, I already went on record with my prediction. I did it earlier today. So I'm sticking with it. I'm saying the Chiefs go over 30. The Chiefs are going to put points on the board, baby. We're going 35-21 Kansas City in a pretty comfortable win. I don't think it's going to be a nail biter. I'm hoping anyway. Maybe it's wishful thinking. But I'm going to go 35-21, and I'm going to give the game ball to Travis Kelce. I think he was a little quiet last week. I think that he was kind of a decoy. But I think this week he comes out here and he reminds everybody who the best damn tight end to ever play football is, and he gets a couple of touchdowns. So my game ball going to Kels.
I think Kelsey's gonna be one to watch. I really do. Let me see. I'm gonna say Chiefs. Let me just think about this for a second. What was the score last week? Do you remember?
27-20.
27-20. Was it 27-20?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. For some reason I was thinking 26-20, but you're right. They had to go for 2. I'm going to say the Chiefs. Did we get back to 27? We're close. I say the Chiefs will go 26. I think it's going to be 26-19 Chiefs. That's what I'll go with.
That's an odd score.
26-19.
I dig it. Game ball. Who you giving the game ball to?
Game ball. I'll give it to I think Pop. I'll give it to Pop tomorrow. I think Pop will have a good day. Catch a few balls out of
defensive
backfield.
game ball. I think Chris Jones always eats against the Bengals, and I think he's going to get home on some sacks tomorrow.
I think George Karlaftis will have a better day tomorrow. I'll give mine to George.
All right, cool. I'm
go,
digging
Georgie.
it. I'm digging it. Every Tribe Coffee says YouTubers always predict conservatively. Well, see, here's the thing. I really don't. Usually I get yelled at because I'll pick a blowout. I don't care.
Steve picks blowouts about every other week.
Gotta watch it.
I can't do it. The Chiefs just don't show me that they ever want to blow out anybody.
Right. But I just have this like holding out hope, baby. Maybe if I say it enough, it'll happen.
Hey, wish in one hand, take a crap in the other, and see which one fills up first, Steve.
Right, guys. Yeah, hey, hit that like button. We get to 200, we'll throw out that We'll throw out a signed poster.
Yeah,
and
let's
also,
do it.
Iron Price says if you get to 250 likes, he'll throw out some gifts, gifted memberships.
Look at that.
So if you guys get that pumped up to 250, Iron Price is going to tell everybody to
go.
freaking suck it, and he's going to give out some gifted
Yeah, he
memberships.
will. That's awesome.
So let's
That
do
grows
that.
the channel too. So Iron Price is the man.
Heck yeah, appreciate that, bud. Rob with the 5 bomb says Amari Cooper, let's get him a true X receiver. I'm not opposed to that idea. Long before anyone even brought this up, I've always thought that Amari Cooper was a very underrated receiver. He's that type of guy that's going to give you 1,000 yards every year, but he don't come up when you talk about high caliber receivers.
Right.
You know, no one really brings him up, but I feel like he is in that echelon somewhat. He might be hanging around the bottom, but I mean, he's there. I mean, if you look at number wise, I mean, look at like Mike Evans. Mike Evans a consistent 1,000 yards a year and puts up good numbers. I think Amari Cooper is somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a huge upgrade and a huge piece to our wide receiver room, and it could really help the team. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it, Rob. Appreciate the 5, brother. Kyle says he's digging your Mahomes-like Beats headphones, Mike.
Oh yeah. The white, the earphones messed up, right? The headphones.
Oh,
they
the
got
foam
old.
part?
The
Yeah.
foam part got old, so I ordered some new ones. I switched them out. They didn't have white to match, so I grabbed red, man. Let's stay in the Chiefs theme.
I got the big giant Joe Rogans, baby.
These got those big
Sennheiser. I love these things, though. The noise canceling is elite level.
Elite.
That's why I got scared earlier when she brought me a drink down here. I didn't even know she was behind me.
She sneak up on you?
Yeah, it scared me a little bit.
Said you spooked me.
Scared me right here in the middle in front of all my friends.
That's funny.
Hey, we love you too, Jay Williker. Shout out. Rob Miller says I'd pay Trey over Bolton. That's another thing people's been talking about a lot because Bolton had a bad week last week. But that's something I discussed earlier today too, Mike. I don't think it's anything to worry about with Nick Bolton. He's not proved to me that he'll put back-to-back bad games. Like, I think he's getting back in the swing of things. He'll be okay. He's always been somewhat of a liability in the pass game, but that's just what he is. You know, I don't expect him to go out there and be a elite level pass defender. That's
Right.
not what he is. So, I mean, as long as he gets back in the groove of it, is always around the ball, making plays, that's what Nick Bolton does. And he's a great leader for the defense.
Yeah. I think Nick Bolton, he is what he is, right? Like, Nick Bolton is never going to be a lockdown pass defender. So, I mean, the Chiefs have been fine with that all this time. I think they'll still they'll find a way to try to get him signed, in my opinion.
Yeah. Evil Caspero says, yum, the haterade is flowing nicely. I don't know what we did that was so mean or hate, but I like it. I like it too. Let's let it flow. Let all the hate out, Mike.
The hate. I got a lot of hate, baby.
You don't want to bottle that stuff up. Ever tried
Hey.
coffee? What? Go ahead.
This is why you watch ACU on 2 devices and not me. What? Why you watch ACU on 2 devices and not me? Why? I love that. That's my favorite comment of the night. Kerry Walton's watching us on 2 devices. Everybody turn on 3 devices. Let's go.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, Ever Tried Coffee says when y'all having Kay Adams on.
Dude, is Kay Adams hot? I think she is.
Are you like debating this right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna have an internal debate here. I think
Are you gonna start grunting like Unc?
He's nasty. Like
Hey,
he was just.
he said, "Unc, get it in."
He said, "I don't get it in." And, dude, I tell you what,
Ocho, bro.
I didn't know what he was trending for, dude. I clicked it and I said, "What is this?" And I heard him say, "Oh," and I said, "He's hooked up. This dude's on the blue chew, baby."
You're watching too much All Chiefed Up, man.
I know, dude. We need to get Unc on the show. Actually, Ocho Cinco's funnier, dude. Like that dude cracks me up.
Doug says, do they use Hardman more now? No, it's a sore subject. Not necessarily, man. Like, I kind of feel like he can play that part somewhat. Like, obviously, I'm not like the biggest advocate of McCole Hardman. I've never been, but I do think that he's good enough to help stretch a field out. I mean, he's got all kinds of speed. And he will catch a deep ball from time to time. Like, he'll give up on some balls and, like, you know, irritate the hell out of me. But he will make a play from time to time. And if you can just get him out there and hit him deep once or twice, then it becomes a thing they have to look at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Kyle says, don't forget Bolton is playing with a massive arm brace. There's that, too, coming off of injury. So, I mean, I think Nick Bolton's going to be just fine.
Nick.
Yep.
Hit stick Nick. He'll be fine. Look, I think a lot of it last week was just late in the game, a lot of conditioning. Dude, they ran 80 plays, bro. Our offense stayed on the field.
The defense was
Our offense only had
gassed.
50 plays.
Yeah, defense was gassed. They'll be all right. They'll be good. 31 Red
Crazy.
Ball says, feeling it down in my plums. KC 28. Conkin 24.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums, getting all swollen, with a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for
Juicy
the
for
picking. Hey, that plum looks good. Can I trade it for your Twinkie? Let the juice spill down my chin. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Let's
know
go.
what I feel it down in my plums, too.
Dude,
It's
I've
going to be a good
sparked a
game.
debate. I've sparked a debate in the chat about Kay Adams, and I'm sorry, that's not what I intended to do. I was having an internal struggle.
Dang, Sam Lofton throwing out some. She caught a stray and a half because of you, bro.
See, I didn't mean for this, Kay Adams. I'm sorry. Let me Google Kay Adams. Am I thinking of the right girl?
The girl
yeah,
from-
that's the right
yeah.
girl. You know, she kind of looks like somebody else I used to know in life, but she's hotter. So okay.
Brian Gales,
Look,
he says, what about Michael Gallup? Is he still free agent? He retired.
I think he retired from the game.
He retired. He just couldn't stay healthy. I hate it for him because I think he could have been a decent receiver, but he couldn't stay healthy.
Steve, would you throw out like maybe a 6th or 7th round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers for maybe Calvin Austin III? You remember when he come out in the draft, right?
Yeah, would that not be a nice little piece?
He's 5'9", 162. He's small. He fits Brett Veach's
And he
profile.
ran a 4.3.
I mean, he can stretch
Might
the
be
field.
faster than that. So Hollywood Brown was a 4.2. 4.22? No,
Yeah.
no, 4.27.
I mean, look, Calvin Austin's not proved he can
The
play
4.2,
in the
4.22,
league, so-
4.21 was Xavier Worthy, correct? That was
Right.
the. So I
But
think
doesn't that make him like an asset that you could probably go get?
yeah, and it wouldn't take much to get him at all.
That's my point. They got him in round 4. He's not done much in the NFL. I get that, but at this point, you're just
But do you remember how athletic that kid is?
yeah. That's what it was. It was kind of like an
Crazy
athleticism,
fast.
kind of like a Tony part 2, huh?
He was the number 1 wide receiver coming out of the 2022 draft in athleticism with a 99 score.
Exactly.
A
It just has Brett
4.32
Veach written all over him.
4.32
A 4.32
40-yard
40
dash.
guy, baby.
You know what's
Get that
crazy,
ball-
though?
Get him the ball in space.
You want to hear something wild?
Yeah.
His 10-yard split's a 1.5. That's the same as Treylon Burke. As big as Trey Burke is. That's pretty crazy. He got some quickness for a big boy.
Traylon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can. I told you. He's speedy.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
I
wild.
wouldn't be opposed to anything like that. I just don't think the Chiefs are going to mess with it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's fun to think about, though, right? Like, the spitball
yeah.
ideas and stuff like that. It's always fun to do. Freaking 10 bomb from 31 Red Ball.
go.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the support.
Let's go.
I'll put some legendaries in the chat for 31 Red Ball. Yeah, man.
193 likes, ladies and gents. We
Seven
need
more.
7 more likes, and we're giving
7
away a
more
poster.
for a signed poster giveaway. You're gonna
Yeah,
need
here's the
57
poster,
more
in case you
for
forgot.
Iron Price to do his thing.
Look, tomorrow, the Bengals.
The Bengals, baby.
The
And you know,
Bengals.
like these posters, it might be like, oh, well, it's a poster and it's just a schedule. So halfway through the season, they might not be that relevant, you know. But that's not it, because this is going to be a commemorative. This was the season the Chiefs wrote
Three-peat
history.
year.
This is the year the Chiefs wrote history and three-peated. The first team to ever do it, and you have the freaking schedule right there on your wall on a poster. I think it's a beautiful thing to have.
Yeah. I cannot believe I've sparked the
Speaking
Kay Adams
of, I
debate.
need one of
didn't mean
those.
to do this, guys.
Mike, you got them horned.
I
You
didn't mean to
blue
do
chewed
it.
up the chat, brother.
I'm down for a little chew.
All right. So, yeah, I was looking back at some of the predictions. Let me get back here. Everybody talking about Kay Adams, so let me scroll up. Because I wanted to see what you guys had to say about the score prediction. So let me get to it. I'll try to find some. 34-17, Scooter. Carth says 27-13. Lumpy says Chiefs over Bengals 27-20. So he's going with the same score as the Ravens game. 35-21, Andrew. Horatio says 37-27 from Chihuahua. Yeah, man, I think I think it's looking like the Chiefs are in that 7-14 range in the win in most of these. Brenda says 28-21, Martin 31-17. 31-20, Sam Lofton. Every Tribe Coffee coming out swinging. A haymaker, 42-10 Chiefs. Boy, I would love it. Would love it.
That would be nice.
That would be a nice little shut the hell up, wouldn't it? You know, like
I feel like we need something like that, don't
sit
you?
down and shut up.
Do you think if you come out and you beat them by 21 points plus, doesn't that just, at this point, they can never call it a rivalry or talk crap again?
I think it would definitely knock them down.
Doesn't that just quit it? Like,
I mean,
you
it wouldn't.
You look like an idiot at that point.
Look who we're talking about. There's already no need for them to say the things they do. They're talking about the back-to-back world champions, and you're saying stuff like, we're the team to beat in AFC. Like, come on, bro.
That's just delusional.
You didn't even make the playoffs last year.
It's delusional, son.
Yeah, so
Listen,
will it stop
doing it?
No. Will it stop it? No. But I think it will definitely, like, take them down a notch. I think it has to. About time he don't need a blue chew. He's bourboned up, baby.
He's negative blue.
All right. Hey, we get to 200?
We're at 204. Let's do it.
200.
We're at
All
204. Let's go, baby. Everybody put hashtag poster in the chat.
Yeah, we'll give you till 11:35 Eastern Time, 10:35 Central. Get hashtag poster in there, and then we'll have Nightbot pick one of you.
We already got 46 people that's done it. Hurry up and get it going, baby.
You're going to want that signed poster. I want one, actually. I need one of those. I got to have my commemorative three-peat year poster as well.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, Steve. Put your hashtag poster in there. Let's go. Everybody's hashtagging it now. Let's get it.
Hey, Pope Joe come out of nowhere with the craziest comment of the night.
Pope Joe.
I can't even bring it up.
Is he a real Pope?
I can't even bring it up, but I just wanted you to look in there and see it for yourself.
Let me go in and find Pope Joe. Nobody blocked Pope Joe, did they? I can't find it.
No, Pope Joe's up here, bro. Just
How
scroll
far
up
back
just a little
is
bit.
it?
Just scroll up just a little bit. 11:31 p.m.
Okay, give me the timestamp. 11:31 from Pope Joe. Where's he at, son?
He is mega horn.
Hey, wait. Kyle said he's going to change my name to Unk.
Yeah.
Unk, get it in.
You kind of are a white version.
He said, I ain't bull
I
jiving.
could see it. Could you guys see it? If Mike had the black frame glasses, I think you could be an Unk. You're going to have to start lifting some weights, though.
Dude, I can lift weights till now to the end of time, and I'm not going to be as ripped as him.
You have to get on some roids or something.
He said, I ain't bull jiving. Unk, get it in. Dude, Unk was getting it in. He said, he got work on that conditioning, though. Ocho Cinco was right. Like, you can't be that
Did you find Pope Joe?
I found Pope Joe, and I'm trying to not find
He said,
Pope Joe
he said
anymore.
it's just something they used to say in the Navy. Hey, thanks for your service, Pope Joe. Good stuff. All right, we got one more minute. Hashtag poster if you want a chance to win.
Here, some
the
people
free
are
signed
asking about what the
poster.
poster looks like. The poster is an all chiefed up schedule poster for the season to commemorate
Let's go.
the three-peat. Let's go. It'll be signed too.
And it's
we're
the
giving away-
schedule. It tells you what time the games are, what channel you can watch them on. It's
Yeah.
all on the poster, man.
It's got it all on there, baby.
Let's go. Oh, it's time for a giveaway, Mike.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make sure everybody's eligible. Let's go. We're gonna give away. Let me see. Let me get my my picker wheel up.
Oh, we're gonna do a Wheel of Death.
We're gonna wheel of death it. Why
Okay,
not?
so we're gonna pick 5 people from
We're gonna pick
Nightbot.
5 people, put you on the wheel, and then we're gonna let the wheel decide.
Last one standing.
I think people love the wheel of death. Why not give the people what they want?
Give the people what they want, Mike.
You know, let's give the people what they want. Here we go. Ready to go. 57 people are eligible. I don't know why there's 400 watching, but only 57 feels the need to want to win something for free. So, okay, whatever.
Hashtag poster, baby. You better
Hashtag
hurry.
poster. Here we go. Go Chiefs gets picked a numero uno.
Nice.
Go Chiefs. Now, look, I wish I could say I knew this person's name based off of their username, but I don't. It just says Go Chiefs.
All right.
So
that
there we
works.
go.
That'll work.
Number 2, Brian Parrott.
Brian Parrott, baby.
Now, Brian Parrott already has about 3 of these, probably.
He did. So, I mean,
But
if he wants another one, that's cool. If he wants to give it away, if he
If
wins,
he wants to
that's
give it
fine,
away,
too.
he can do it.
Yeah, Brian was at the Chew with the Crew, so he got his hands on one of these.
Doug.
Doug, baby, let's go.
If Doug wins it, maybe you can give me the daggone hat, too.
Man, it's going to happen. Sorry, Doug. Once again, sorry about that.
Sam Lofton gets pulled.
Hey, appreciate you hitting the like button, Carrie.
Appreciate you guys. Here we go. Roll it. Evil Caspero.
I like it. Let's go. He said, let the hate flow. The hate,
Oh,
the hater hate.
he's the one with the hate.
Yeah.
Let the hate. Evil Caspero. The hate's flowing right now, baby. Let's do one more. Let's go to 6. 31 Red Ball. Let's go. 31 Red Ball put up a 10 bomb earlier, baby. Look, the
let's
wheel.
go.
The wheel's trying. Nightbot said, look.
It gives back. It tries.
You give, it gives back.
But you got to watch it.
Hey, it gives.
It's a fickle little thing. Yeah.
Can we see?
Yeah,
Well, here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go, ladies and gents. Let's
Last one
spin this
standing,
wheel.
baby. Last one standing.
Last one standing.
So
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
If you get picked, it's going to say winner, but you don't win. It's the last one standing. If you don't want to get picked, okay?
Yeah.
It's a will of death.
We run the only thing where you don't want to get picked.
Well, tell me anything called the will of death. Do you want your name to get picked on it? No, you don't. So let's go.
You don't want death. Here we go. Let's get it going. Let's get it like Unk. Get it in. Unk, get it in now. Look, 31 Red Bull.
See, I told you it's
it
fickle.
gives, it takes.
Gotta watch it.
Daggone.
That damn will of death. It's a cruel world.
It's a cruel will. Evil Caspero or go Chiefs. It's gonna stop. Evil Caspero, the haterade comment didn't work, but we tried. Let's go. Is Brown Parrot gonna? He survives.
no,
Doug's
Doug.
out. Doug. So you probably won't get that hat for another 2 months, Doug. Sorry. Wait, it didn't take Doug off the wheel. I gotta do it by myself. There we go. Doug's out. Here we go. Who do we got? Sam or go Chiefs?
Oh, dang, it was close.
Sam.
It got Sam.
Hey, look, Brian Parrott's already got one of these. So if Brian Parrott wants to give it to go Chiefs right now, he can do
Well, he
that.
can give it away to whoever he wants if he wins. I think he's still got to spin the wheel.
Yeah, I'm going to spin the wheel just in case. But if Brian wins, he can give it up, or I can send you another one, Brian. I don't give a crap.
He won
He's
it.
going to win. Brian Parrott does win.
Brian
Look,
Parrott finally won something.
But look, how funny. It's the most Brian Parrott thing ever that he wins something he already had. Let's go. Brian Parrott is the Blue Chew winner of the night for the poster, baby.
Oh, how did you say it in Spanish? How do you say horned up?
Cornudos.
Cornudos.
I don't remember.
Cuernudos. Brian
There it
Parrott's
is.
Cuernudos.
There it was, ladies and gents.
Heck yeah,
Look,
baby.
You got 211. If you put it if we get to 250, I mean,
We'll give away another poster.
We're giving
and
away more,
Iron Price
and
that said
Iron
he'll give
Price
out
is
some
giving away
gifted
memberships. So,
let's hit that like button if you haven't. There's 448 people.
Brian Parrott says he's giving it to Doug. Okay.
All right, so we'll
We'll
put it
give
with
it
a
to
hat.
Doug.
It's kind of like a late fee. Like when you don't pay a bill on time, you have to add to it. I
There we
didn't
go.
Get the hat
We'll give
there
it to
on
Doug.
time. Here comes the poster with it.
You'll get the poster and the hat. I'll throw in an extra poster too for you, Doug. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Sorry,
Heck yeah,
Steve's
baby.
the slacker.
But yeah, hit the like button. If we get to 250, we'll give away another signed poster. We'll also Iron Price said he'd gift out some memberships. So if you guys want to try to get a membership, which you might want to do because we're going to be doing our members only live stream this coming Thursday,
Yes.
and we're going to be giving away a signed Justin Ross jersey
Look.
to one of our members.
I'm gonna get it out and show it to you. Here
So
we
if
go.
you're a member of the channel, you have a chance to win the signed Justin Ross jersey.
you get a
Heck yeah, K
JR.
Wayne. Hey, you know what's funny? Every time K Wayne says something,
Yo, Justin Ross.
if I'm wearing my AirPod, it calls him Quayne, and I always crack
That's funny.
up. It's like
Yeah,
Quayne.
it does says Quayne.
It's message on Facebook Messenger from Quayne.
Quayne.
No, I don't. His name's Kevin on there.
Quayne.
Man. Yeah, so just real quick, Mike, I just want to tell everybody thanks for being here, by the way. Hit the like button. Let's give some more stuff away. And we appreciate you being here. We're going to talk a little bit more about this game. We're going to have a little bit more fun. We're going to be out of here for the night, and we're going to enjoy the game tomorrow. But we'll be doing post-game, too. So after the game tomorrow, be on the lookout for that. We'll be doing our post-game live stream. And we want you guys to be here and be a part of it, too. So just remember that. But, yeah, Mike, I'm excited for the game tomorrow. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to kind of keep an eye on in this game, or anything that you think is significant to the matchup?
Not really. I feel like the Chiefs win this game. They're the better team if they just come out and show up. That's it. Just come out and show up.
Intensity, right?
Yeah.
Match their intensity. Be hungry. Like that's it. Like as long as the Chiefs are putting in the effort and they're executing just fundamentally, they're going to be a hard team to stop. I mean, obviously, they've won the last 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And this is the best version of a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I don't.
Like,
I think if the
talent-wise.
Chiefs show up, dude, they win. I just think, and I think the defense is the key to the blowout or to it being close. If the defense can just blank Burrow, irritate Burrow, get after Orlando Brown Jr., get after Trent Brown, just be in Burrow's grill. Don't give him. He's not going to have the escapability of Lamar Jackson. So that means our DBs don't have to contain and guard guys for long. You know what I mean? Like as long as our DBs aren't getting torched within the first 3 seconds of a route, they should be fine. And then Chris Jones should eat. George Karlaftis should get after it. I actually think Turk Wharton played really well last week, and he could create some pressure up the middle. I just think that the Chiefs come out and play smart, and the defense can frustrate Burrow and frustrate Jamar Chase. I think we could win this game by, 2 touchdowns. But if they don't, and the offense don't execute, it could be close.
Mike Iron Price is going to be there live and in person telling the Bengals to suck it. Let's go, baby.
That's awesome,
hey, can
man.
we? Hey, if you can get a video of yourself just telling everybody to suck it, that would be fantastic. We'd love to see that.
Let's go.
So that's your homework assignment for tomorrow, Iron Price.
That's great. Will KC use Carson still? I hope so. James thinks he's going to find the end zone. I
think
so.
they need to start rotating him in. And I think you'll see more P. Ryan this week too.
Right. Witchy says Trent needs to get his first INT. It could happen.
Yes.
I think this could be a good game for it. Because I think they're going to put Trent McDuffie on Chase almost all day. I really do think he will shadow Chase a lot tomorrow.
Yeah.
You didn't really have to do that with Zay Flowers to a certain degree. But I do think Jamar Chase and Trent McDuffie is that.
Did you kind of feel like that was the game plan last week, though? Like, let's not let Zay Flowers beat us, and if Isaiah Likely or someone like that goes crazy, who cares?
It was contain Zay Flowers. It was keep Lamar Jackson the best they could in the pocket with Leo in the second half.
Right.
They tried to not do that in the first half, but they had to go to it.
I think they looked at the other pass catchers on the field, and they were like, if you want to try to beat us with Rashad Bateman or Likely or someone like that, then go ahead.
Which is why teams do that. They'll double team Kelsey and say, look, Kelsey's the number one target. If you can beat us with McCole Hardman, then do it.
Right.
And sometimes it works. Okay. But now it's like, hey, we got Rashee Rice. Now what are you going to do?
Right.
Can't
Jeff
double
Walker.
team both of them.
What's up, Jeff? He says Chris Jones with 2 sacks tomorrow, baby. I'm feeling it. He's going to put that sack right on the back of Joe Burrow. Take him down, baby.
Ooh.
Burrow had my ass.
That's Unk. That's nasty Unk down there. Putting the sack on the back.
No, I do think he's going to get home more. You have to think Chris Jones lived in the backfield last week. It's just kind of hard to close the deal on Lamar Jackson. That's a tough guy to bring down for a sack.
Yeah.
He's too elusive. But he was still able to get one last week, correct?
I think they got one. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he could go for 2 this week. Joe Burrow is not
He's not as mobile, but he's sneaky elusive.
he is, but he's smart with the way he moves in the pocket. Like,
Remember,
it's not,
the Bengals were actually it wasn't the last time we played because Burrow didn't play, but it may have been the time before that. Remember, they were clearing the backfield out, running 4 and 5 wide, and then they were actually running QB delays.
Well,
with him.
Burrow's more smooth with it in the pocket. Like he knows how to shift, and he's got a good eye for feeling the pressure and stuff.
Steve, he's Slim Shady. He's smooth.
He's Joe Burr.
I don't think
Joe Cool.
Look, I don't think Joe Cool. Joe Burr does not have that aura right now. I don't see it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We were talking about that on the Spoken earlier. Trevor brought that up. He said, I don't see the confidence. I don't see that typical Joe Cool attitude. It's just he looks like something's wrong. And it's not just on the field with his wrist, but just in general. And that's what I was saying. Do you think there is something more to the wrist thing? And that's kind of got him down a little bit to where he's not having that full confidence that he normally has or should have, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want to see everybody at their full strength for the Chiefs to beat them.
Ray called him.
I hate when they have those excuses built in, but it's like, what
Go
are you gonna do?
Ray, baby. He calling him Joe Glassboro. Speaking of Joe Glass, he's not 1-99, by the way. If you play the game Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Joe Glass is the first guy you fight, and it says his record is 1-99. And he's really he's so easy to beat. We actually know a guy that dropped his Nintendo Power Glove and knocked out Joe Glass from dropping the Power Glove.
True story.
But there are two people I know that have lost to Joe Glass. One is Mike's girlfriend, Kayla. She lost to Joe Glass. And the other, self-admittedly, was Mike Tyson himself. Lost to Joe Glass.
Mike Tyson said he couldn't beat Joe Glass.
So just so you know, a little tidbit of information. Kayla and Mike Tyson are the only people that lost to Joe Glass.
Daggone. I don't even know. Dude, Griffin, you're right. Griffin's in the house.
Mike, you took him out for a whole season.
I did.
You
Look,
did.
I think Joe Burrow turns it on tomorrow. I think he finds his aura. I think he throws for 4 touchdowns. I mean, maybe 5 or 6 even.
Chiefs are going to have to put up a lot of points if they're going to.
Yeah, Chiefs are going to have to put up at least 50. I think Burrow's going to have a career day tomorrow. I mean, he's just unbeatable. I don't think anybody can beat Joe Burrow. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see if we put that hex on him.
Hey, let's take a look at these likes, baby. We're only at 219. We need 31 more likes. I don't know if we're going to get there. We got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. I don't know. I'm stuttering like crazy. I'm tired. I've slept a total of like 6 hours in the last 3 days. It's just been something. So ignore me.
Here's the fact about Joe Burrow, though. I'll give you. Joe Burrow, when he's been a 3-point underdog or worse, and he's 6-point underdog tomorrow. When he's a 3-point underdog, I'm pretty sure Joe Burrow in his career is 7-1. So if that stat right there don't prove that Burrow and them really will, they're used to being the underdog, right? So they will play tough. I think that's just a stat in itself that they will show up and play. They're not just going to come they're not going to lay down.
I thought you were going to say lay ass. I was like, what's that mean?
They might lay ass. I don't know. No, I don't think they lay down. I think it will be a tougher game than we think. But again, if defense can step it up and just frustrate the crap out of them, I do believe we could run away with it. We should be able to. But
Well, they're
Chiefs just don't do
notoriously
it.
bad in the first 2 games of the season, usually. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Jeff Walker says a 68-yard field goal. Let's go Chiefs. Did you see the guy from Dallas get robbed of the record?
No. What?
They didn't get the snap off in time. They got a delay of game penalty, but he kicked a record field goal and hit it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was like 70 yards.
Dude.
It was so crazy. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Aubrey, is that his name? Something Aubrey.
Should it go in the history book with an
asterisk?
maybe?
I think it
Say
should.
this actually didn't count.
But it could be an asterisk because obviously he's on steroids if he's kicking from 70 like that. And there was room to spare.
Dude, I think Butker can kick from
I
70.
think so too. I didn't realize that kid had that kind of a leg though, the guy from Dallas. But he apparently bombs it, bro.
He was horned.
He was all horned up.
He might have, yeah.
Cuernudos. All right,
Hope we're
guys.
saying that properly.
24 more likes. We'll give away another signed poster, Iron Price. Going to tell everybody to suck it with some gifted memberships. So do what you do. Take 2 seconds. Go hit that like button. Let's have some fun before we get out of here. By the way, I hope everybody has a good time tomorrow. If you're going and traveling to the game, be safe. Watch out. There's so many stupid people. I feel like there's all kinds of fights at games now. People are just dumb. So be careful. Have a good time. And if you're watching at home, hope you enjoy it with your family or whoever. It's going to be a fun one, man. I'm just so glad it's football season. And we were talking about it being spooky season. We just need the weather to cool down a little bit, and I'm going to be completely happy. It's my favorite time of the year, you know. Football's getting started. I don't have to be hot as balls outside anymore. I just love this time of year.
Dude, they actually have Spirit Halloween's open already. The Spirit Halloween is back.
You got a baby Art the Clown.
I did get a baby Art. Should I have brought him on the show today?
Yeah, I have to bring him next time.
I'll
The
have to
closer we
bring
get
him
to
next time.
Halloween, maybe you can. Well, you have. Is his name Sam back there behind you
Yeah, do you see him creeping over
from
my
Trick or
shoulder?
Treat? Yeah, that's a
He
good
lives-
movie too.
That's how I keep everybody out of my room. I'm like, if you go in there, Sam's going to stab you with his candy
He
bar.
was a menace in that movie, bro. So
There you go.
I don't want to be around him. Let's see here. Let me take a gander at this. We're at 229. Let's go, ladies and gents. Let's get it done. Let's see here. Iron Price is taking my pops to a fantastic game tomorrow. That's awesome, man. I hope you guys have a good time. That's something I'd like to do this year is get pops back out to another game this year. I'd really like to do that. So I hope you have a good time, Iron Price. Make sure you have pops hold the camera for you and get that suck it footage, baby. We'll use it here on the show.
Yeah. Somebody asked if BJ Hill was injured. On Wednesday, he was on the injury report as limited. On Thursday, he had full practice. On Friday, he had full practice, and it says his game stat, it's unspecified. If he's practiced Thursday and Friday, BJ Hill play. He should be on the field.
Okay. That's a good thing for the Bengals.
I mean, they ended up, on Friday, they actually added Geno Stone, the safety, to the injury report with a limited. They added Drew Sample, tight end. Zach Moss actually got added to the injury report, but he said he's full practice Thursday and Friday. So it looks like Zach Moss will probably give it a go. BJ Hill's probably going to give it a go. T. Higgins didn't practice all week. I would be very surprised if T. Higgins gets out there.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Joe Burrow's on the injury report with a right wrist, but yet they said everything's completely good.
He definitely got something going on there, man, for sure. I think. I really do. Something just don't look right, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that sucks for him, but it is what it is, you know? Like
Chiefs had 6 players on the injury report this week, and every single player besides Hollywood Brown was able to get 3 practices in. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, full participants.
That's good.
So we look pretty good right now when it comes to injuries. Like I said, Hollywood Brown kind of sucks, but you said it best, Steve. Can't miss what you didn't have. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I can't miss $1 million if I never had it in the bank account.
But it is kind of like
it is
kind of like you were real close to having it, and then it was taken away.
It's like you bought the winning lottery ticket
and you lost it.
It blew away in the wind
You
on the way
lost
to cash it in.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So there's definitely a little bit of hurt there, you know, like it hurts a little bit, but you know, we'll be okay. Sam Lofton says Joe Burrow got that Bader's wrist, baby.
Yeah.
If he'd stop, he'd probably been. Hey, has he been giving massages to Deshaun Watson? Is that how he got the wrist injury? Getting a little too crazy with
Is Joe
it?
Burrow married?
I don't know. Mike, you know what? He might
I'm
have.
just curious.
Look, Burrow was sitting around, you know, and he was thinking that he was struggling with it.
Struggling with it.
And then 2 minutes later,
Go away, Baton. Damn it.
that's how the wrist injury occurred. You heard it here first. All chiefed up.
Yeah. I mean, that's how he keeps it loose, I guess. I don't know.
Iron Price says Chris Jones over 1.5 sacks. I'm going over. I'm going to say 2. I'm going with 2.
Yeah. Chris Jones, I think Chris Jones will get home. I think George Karlaftis will have one tomorrow, too.
Mike,
Hopefully.
Doug says if you could have one of the two, would you take T. Higgins over Jamar Chase if you had to see one of them in the Chiefs uniform?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
Jamar Chase is a much more talented wide receiver, in my opinion, but I don't want the attitude that comes with it.
It's not worth it. And like selfish, too. Like out here literally trying to – he turned down a massive contract. And I understand it was probably about guaranteed money or something. But just the fact that, first of all, why the hell would they pay him that much? He should not make more than Justin Jefferson. But the fact that he's looking for it just tells you where his priorities lie. You know what I'm saying? He's a franchise killer. Like, pay him all your money. Screw your salary cap for the next 10 years. We're going to suck, but we got this wide receiver that can.
Well, I got a question. What does that say? Okay, look, you've got a team, and you've got T. Higgins coming up for a contract, and they franchise tag T. Higgins so that he can't go to the Chiefs, basically. That's why they did it. He's in the middle of a contract talk, and he's trying to get paid. T. Higgins is a vital part of that team. He's trying to get paid. Supposedly, one of your best friends and your fellow wide receivers pulls a holdout during the time that you should be getting your contract done, pulls a holdout, turning down $140 million, apparently, that they didn't offer T. Higgins, I don't think. Okay. And he turns it down, and he's not even doing it in a contract year. He's doing it 2 years before his contract's up.
Right.
So you're telling me that they don't hate each other right now in the locker room? I bet T. Higgins wants to punch him in the face so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be slightly annoyed.
And then doesn't T. Higgins have to be like, I like how they'll throw out 140 million to this whiny ass, but they won't
Right.
even talk to me about it.
I think
Dude,
there's definitely
they have to
probably
have
some
so
hard
much
feelings
turmoil
there.
in that locker room right
I think
now.
so. I think
I
you
bet
hit
you
the
could
nail on
cut
the
the
head.
tension with a knife in there.
Yeah, I think so, dude. I think you're hitting the nail on the head here. I think
Yeah,
there's a
I
lot
don't-
going on there.
how are you going to hold out when you have 2 years left on your rookie contract and then turn down an ungodly number like 140 million over 4 years?
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to do it, it would be a slap nut like Jamar Chase. So
Dude, I just don't. If I was T. Higgins, I'd smack him.
got a 5 bomb from our boy Skyy Moore. Says missed most of the stream. I got the Chiefs by 10. Thoughts? Appreciate you, Casey Moe. Glad you made it in. Better late than never.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate the 5. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for Casey. So thoughts on that? Chiefs by 10. I have it 35-21. So we're in the vicinity. I think a comfortable win would be nice. I don't want it to be a close game. It shouldn't be a close game. And that's the thing about Mike. It's like I'm used to the Chiefs being in close games, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I feel like it's a win's a win. But at some point, like if the Chiefs are supposed to blow a team out and they just can't do it, like when does that become a problem? Like they just can't blow out a team they should blow out.
Well, why don't?
Is it ever a problem if they still win the game? I mean, I don't know.
But look, like going back to your point, Andy Reid doesn't typically like to blow teams out. We think that it's because he's respectful, this and that, which there could be some truth to it.
I don't know about that though.
But do you think? I mean, Andy's beat the absolute dog piss out of the Raiders 4 or 5 times.
I don't think it's that. I really don't think it's Andy.
So
don't want to do it.
Why can't they get over the hump on
Poor
95%
execution.
of the games?
Every time they get in a position to put a
Right.
game out of reach, the execution goes into the toilet.
So it's poor execution, bad times. Sometimes Andy's just not aggressive enough. Like last week when he punted on 4th down there, like close to midfield, shouldn't have punted. Should have went for it on like 4th and short, I believe. And yeah, sometimes we do that. We'll play a little conservative, but Andy likes that now. He's got that defense, and he relies on them some.
Well, for so long the Chiefs couldn't rely on the defense, and then now all of a sudden you can do that, and it's a game changer for sure. But it's a good problem to have. Let me tell you that. I mean, I'm not being mad at being the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. I don't know about y'all.
Right. Hey, if you guys haven't hit like yet, hit likes. Iron Price says we're 12 likes away. We're down to 10 likes right now. So
Catch this
we just need
gifted
10 more
membership,
likes,
baby.
10 more likes. That's all we need. That is all we need, ladies and gents.
Let's go. Was it 10? It is 10. You're right.
It's 10. Get it?
Yeah, also, we're going to get those 10. So y'all get hashtag poster into the chat if you have not. If you have not put hashtag poster in the chat, if you do that, it'll make you eligible to win the signed poster. So, and then also for those of you that won, which obviously we already have Doug's info, we'll send his out with the chat. But if you win this, we'll need you to email your shipping address to allchiefdup@gmail.com so we can get it shipped out to you.
Right. That's a big one. I think Keaton, if you're watching, we didn't get your you never messaged us, so I couldn't get yours out. But as soon as you message me, I'll get it out for you, brother. So yeah, if you're watching Keaton, go ahead and send that. And also, again, we'll take a few minutes to shout out BetUS, our sponsor again. Get over to BetUS.com, sign up. It's an easy sign-up process. They're giving you back 150% deposit match on your first. So if you give $100, they're going to give you back 150. You know, it's a 150%. You can't beat it. And then on the next two, they're going to go 125%. It's easy to do. You can see it on screen. You're flying right through it. You're putting in a lot of money. And of course, the Chiefs are 6 points favorites. So I'm putting in 25 to win 32. So what are you going to do about it? But you know what? I'll gladly take that $7. Okay. So get over to betus.com. They've been awesome. They're
Easy
sponsoring
money,
us.
baby.
Use that YouTube 150 is the promo code you got to put in. And yeah, Steve, let's get this going, man. We got 247 likes. Let's get it to 250. If you haven't, we need 3 people right now. 3 people to hit that like button. If you haven't already, we're going to give away another poster. And then Iron Price is going to give away some stuff, and we're all going to have a good night. And then we're going to call it a night. We're all going to jump in the bed. We're not going to pull an unk tonight. And I mean, if you want to pull an unk, you go for it.
Witchy asked if we got your email. I'm looking at it. What would your name be on there?
I got Witchy. Witchy's ready to roll.
Okay. I was checking it out, but I'm not as organized as Mike, apparently.
Witchy. I got you. I got you. I didn't know Witchy. Witchy, I didn't know your name was. I'm not even going to say your name. You might not want people to know your name, but yeah. I thought your real name was Witchy. So I was like,
That would be awesome if it was.
let's go.
And right on time, baby. 250 likes and Iron Price
Oh,
doing the
Iron
Lord's
Price.
work out here.
Hey,
10
round of applause
freaking
for Iron
gifted
Price.
memberships. Let's go. Very generous of you. If
go,
y'all get
baby.
one of those memberships, make sure to thank him in the chat because he just gave you a chance at winning a signed Justin Ross jersey next
Yes.
week when we do the Thursday members only live stream. So that's freaking
Daggone
awesome.
right.
But I appreciate you, Iron Price.
Dude, Matty Matt gifted a membership. Adam gifted a membership. Dan the Man gifted a membership. Michael Hamilton gifted. Joe E. We met Joe at the Chew with the Crew, baby.
Yeah,
Joe
we
E
did.
gets a membership. Jan Fry got gifted a membership. Jeff Calger, World
Wolfgang,
Verse.
baby.
World Verse. And then Lenny Dawson and Wolfgang Schmidt, baby. Let's go. Hey,
Welcome.
throw some ketchups out for our boy. He's the man.
Some legendaries,
Iron Price
whatever
is a
you want.
legend.
Whatever you want. And now that you're a member, you can do that. Put them emojis to use.
Let's go.
Let's go, Mike. We're gonna need Nightbot to give us 5 people for a Will of Death before we
Look,
get out
I think
of here.
since he threw out 10, we throw out 10.
Okay, so let's do 10
Let's pull
people
10
onto the
names
Will
from
of
the
Death.
hat in honor of our boy. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Brenda Pike.
Let's go, Brenda.
You're on the board, Brenda. That's what's up right there. Number 2, let's see, roll it. Scooter, XX901. Scooter in the house. Let's go. Nightbot, give us another name, brother. Give us another name. Bartman KC. Love the name, Bartman. Love the name, Bartman. Let's go. We need another name, Nightbot. Get it together. Come on, brother.
Where you at,
Reland
Nightbot?
22. Reland. Okay, we got 6 more names. 6 more names. Pull them, Nightbot. Let's go, baby. Justin Flanders.
Is this real life?
What?
Sasquatch says these guys talk too much. What in the hell do you think we're on here for? To just look good?
Here,
Because that wouldn't go very far,
hey,
bro.
Sasquatch. Here, let's appease Sasquatch. You ready?
Yeah.
A moment of silence. Here we go. LCF, you've been chosen.
But seriously, Sasquatch, if you do have a complaint, make sure to write that down, and you can get our mailing address in the description. Send that out to Mike,
Yeah.
so he can wipe his ass with it.
I need something to wipe my ass with. Let's go. Hey, dude, that is one of my favorite lines that I've been sitting on it all year, and I
Mike,
decided to pull it out.
Bring out the big pencil. I mean, that's perfect. Write a letter.
Let me write that letter. Write it down. Look, write it down. I need something to wipe my ass with. Let's go. Kit's on the board, baby. Who tunes in to a freaking live stream and says you talk too much?
Sam Lofty said it's called a podcast, bro.
What are you talking about? I don't care what it's called.
I don't know what. Mike, are we supposed to be K. Wayne's got a complaint, though. Our hats are on backwards.
Dude, that's another one. These freaking Karens out here, and they're grown men out here acting like Karens.
Yeah,
bro.
like, can you imagine being like I'm already hitting that thing. I'm going to be 40 next year, guys. And I'm already hitting that, like, the older I get, the more I don't care about anything. Like, I'm just like, I want everybody to leave me alone. I don't care. Whatever. It's so hard for me to believe that there's all these older guys on here that are in that age range, like 60, and they're so concerned about how your hat is.
Dude, they're
It's
concerned
like,
about everything.
bro,
They're concerned about Taylor Swift. They're concerned
it's
about
wild.
my hat backwards. They're concerned that we talk on a podcast.
This is what we put up with on a daily, by the way,
Dude,
guys.
I think, look, next time we go live, we're just going to put pictures of ourselves up. Not even moving. We're just going to
Hold
be
up
pictures.
pieces of paper that say stuff.
We'll say hello.
That'd be a good one. We got a freaking 5 bomb from TGZ. What's up, TGZ?
Let's go.
So let's hear y'all's thoughts on Gray and Wiley. I'm horned on the tight end room this season.
Okay.
I think you're going to see more and more Gray. They paid him for a reason. I think they have faith that he can step in and somewhat do what no one can do what Kelsey does. Let's get that straight. He's one of one. But I think that Noah Gray has learned a lot behind Kelsey over the years, and I think he has a lot more to offer than you even know about. And they know it. They know what they got. And then with Wiley, big guy. I mean, we seen him in person, massive. You see him on the field last week, massive. Like, he's going to be a hell of a red zone target, and he catches everything. Throw it to him. He's going to catch it. So, loving the tight end room. A lot of hype there, baby. Horn for it.
Yeah. Yeah, what Steve said. I think Noah Gray's going to continue to get more and more targets this year, and I believe Wiley will come in on red zone packages. From the time he got signed, or drafted rather, I was for sure he was Jody Fortson. Like that. I mean, not saying he's Jody Fortson, but he's going to be used that way. And yeah, I think it's awesome. I appreciate the $5 TGZ. I think they're both going to be good. Glad you're horned up over that room, though.
Let's go.
HD says, hey, sorry, man. He says, time you boys learn sign language. I got one. Remember that on Friends?
Finish it
Ross,
up, bro.
when Ross would do it.
Oh, I thought you were doing a Stone Cold. Like, oh, wow. Get out of here.
No, we're not throwing them. You can't throw them up on prime time.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Kid
show.
Children's show.
Kid show.
You know, some Karen out there is
Hey,
going to come get us.
Back
for
to
that.
the 2-bomb from Doug. He says, ACU, please talk more. We're doing it. We're good at it. We're good at talking. We do talk a lot. Maybe he's right.
Maybe he means we're talking like negative, like we talk a lot, like we're.
I don't care.
Like we're.
But
Chiefs,
we got to get this wheel going, baby.
like Chiefs. It's ready to go.
We got all 10?
We got all 10.
Oh, let's
Dante,
go.
Ozark, and James were the last 3 picked. They were telling them in the chat over here.
Okay.
So yeah, let's get it together.
Let's do this.
Let's see what's going on, and then let's get the heck out of here and get
Kyle
ready.
said I went double barrel. I did.
He
Sorry.
did. He's firing it
My
up.
apologies.
Justin Flanders is the first one off the board today. Sorry, Justin. Here we go. Let's bring it back. You know, I think it's looking like Ozark might get it here. Daggone it, Ozark. Ozark straight out of Mizzou, I believe, too.
Probably from Ozarks.
No. Yeah, he's Ozark Hillbilly, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Brenda or James. Oh, that's a close one. It stops right on the line. Oh, they said, Brenda, you shall not win.
Hey, David House says I'm old enough to be your grandfather. I don't care if you want to look dumb where your head's upside down.
Thank you, sir.
Right, see? That's just how everybody should be.
Wait, I think he was backhanded commenting and said we look dumb. Reeland out the board. Sorry, Reeland.
K. Wayne says AI Spanish next podcast. We only do that from now on.
Should we do it? Kit out. Sorry, Kit. We're down to 5. We got Scooter, Bartman, LCF, Dante, and James, baby. Sorry, James. I said your name last. I didn't mean to. Tag on it.
Yeah, see, you
I
jinxed
feel
him.
bad. Scooter, Bartman, and I'll say Dante, LCF. I'll go
Casey,
out of
hey,
order.
Mike, this is for old time's sake here. Casey Moe says, I wonder if James Ennis is related to Philip Ennis.
Dude, we used to tell Walmart to page
Yeah,
people like that.
when we were
dude.
younger and stupid, we would go, like, we'd be in Walmart, like 12 years old, you know.
Steve,
we-
this was like 2 years ago, bro.
We would get away from our parents and we would go, like, to one of the desks and be like, can you guys page our dad for us? Like, yeah, what's his name? We'd be like, Philip. And they're like, what's his last name? We're like, Enos. And then they would, Philippines. Like, right. It was great. We had some other ones, too.
Yeah. Phil McCrutch. Dude, what were we doing? This was honestly like 2 days ago we were doing this
Yeah,
with Walmart.
sure.
So I don't know. Okay, we're down to Dante and Scooter, baby. You don't want to see your name get called. I'm telling you, because this is the will of death.
Let
and it looks
the
like
boy watch.
Dante's out. Sorry, Dante.
Scooter.
Scooter's going to get the big win, Scooter. Hey, look. Congrats, Scooter. Here you go, baby. You get your congrats. Everybody email allchiefdup@gmail.com if you won. So Scooter, and I forget who won the first time. It was Doug. Never mind. I got Doug's stuff.
We got Doug's.
Scooter, email us allchiefdup@gmail.com. Let me know your shipping address. I'll get that out to you. And again, somebody said, hey, why are you giving Doug an extra poster? That's stupid. Why Doug get 2 posters and me not get but 1? I'm not giving Doug an extra of the same poster. We've got several different kinds of posters. So Doug's going to get 2 different kinds of posters.
Like, look, I got some reasons. There's Doug right there.
Yeah.
There's Doug right there.
Doug's throwing out support. So I
There's
support
Doug
Doug
right there.
Look at Doug. Doug's a man out here, baby. Let's go.
Doug always showing support.
Shout out. Casey Moe wants us to shout out his friend, Haywood. Haywood, you blow me.
What's
there you
going
go.
on, my man?
For Unk.
Hell yeah. But hey, we appreciate you guys being here. Do us a favor. If you have not hit the like button, which I think most of you have, but hit it on the way.
We've maxed that out, haven't we?
Hit it on the way out, baby, if you haven't. If you come in late, go back, watch. We had a good time tonight. A lot of good football talk, a lot of fun. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy the game tomorrow. It should be a fun one. And we'll be back with our post-game reactions as soon as the game's over. We'll get that set up, so be on the lookout for that. And one more time, just wanted to shout out our sponsor for this live stream, BetUS. So get over to BetUS.com and sign up over there. But once again, appreciate you guys, and we will catch you tomorrow after the Chiefs blow the Bengals out, baby.
We will. And before we go, I got one word, Steve.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
Dude, you did that so slowly. It was like this dramatic.
I wanted it to be the most dramatic ending ever.
I was confused, actually.
Peace out, guys. Go Chiefs.
Hair goes aside from my soul.